So you should be able to hear sound.
Every time I'm so tempted to leave meeting.
Dude, I
I was gonna say,
almost did it
wow, we
just now.
didn't joke about leaving after that one. That's a first.
I could see you, Cheryl, just resisting.
I was looking at Sean like, okay, who's gonna make the joke first?
I was gonna, but I do it every time. I'm just like, these guys know already.
We gotta keep the
Especially
viewers in
because it didn't
suspense.
used to do that. It didn't used to like tell you it was recording. It was just recording. It's a new feature.
We should make Malcolm go through and re-edit all the video every time I curse, like beep it out.
No, I'm not. No,
Could you imagine it taking like 17 years just to like do one video? It'd be crazy.
It's definitely not for kids, so it's good anyway.
Just every
Leave-
time,
leave
just
it
every
as
time
it
you open
is.
your mouth, your little
Yeah.
square gets blurred.
Oh,
I kind of
well.
want that now. That'd be funny.
Let's kind of dive
It
in.
looks
and-
beautiful though. Yeah,
Thank you.
looks good on screen.
So we open tonight's episode feeling the brisk wind of the dock ward on, you also can kind of like almost feel it on your face, and you can smell the salt water in the distance, but that is mingled by the other smells that come from this district. There are tall, densely packed tenements that leave most of this neighborhood in shadow at the ground level. So it's very stacked there. All the buildings are kind of stacked on each other. And most of the street lamps have their glass just smashed and their candles stolen, so that shadows dance everywhere, kind of linger. There are definitely dark places where things can hide. And the smell, like I said, of that salt air is mixed with excrement. And as you pass by the rows of these rundown, buildings, you don't see very many people here moving about this time of evening. I will go ahead there and allow us to kind of pick up and see what the party's sharing, what are they doing, what are they talking to each other, and we'll go ahead and begin.
Like Demetra is definitely walking with the shield on the arm and the Morning Star in hand, just in case.
Tempe's dagger is ready, but he's not actually brandishing anything. I think he's quick enough to yank him if he's
Yeah,
not.
no, just chilling, just strolling.
Yeah.
This location requires maintenance.
Burfoot would probably just be giving like Grom pets, and both of us just being really aware.
Say Eldricon's like been to the dock ward a bunch.
Mm-hmm.
He's just kind of kicking back, watching the group and how they interact.
Elric's just gonna say, this actually looks a little cleaner than normal. So
Yeah, no bodies, right?
yeah,
Yeah. Maybe it's rained recently.
kind of peaceful right now. Not always like that.
Have a perception check from everyone.
Nat 1. Robot don't care.
23.
12. I miss Aramis so much right now.
22.
Nice.
Nice. So it seems that Tempe and Ravi, everyone has their wits about them, and like you said, Eldricon has been here many times, so he's quite comfortable. But it is Tempe and Ravi who, as you come to the corner of Zastro Street and Fillet Lane, you see a peculiar window display in a little shop. And whether you've been down here or not, Ravi and and Tempe are the ones who kind of perk up and kind of look towards the candles flickering in the window and the strange trinkets that lie beyond the glass of the window. The shop stands out from the others. It has a deep purple facade, and in its window hangs a stuffed beholder, little eye stalks and a big eye. And above the door, the sign that kind of sways with every time the wind blows a bit. It spells out Old Zoblob's shop. Old Zoblob shop. So XOBLOB shop. Old Zoblob shop. And so you just see that place and you notice it. Can continue on, but it does stand out as a strange little shop, and it's and one of the few where the lights are on here at like what is probably 2 a.m.
With what I rolled, would I notice Eldricon noticing us?
I think you might. Yeah, it's a pretty high roll. You probably noticed that. I don't know what you think of it. How you take it, but yeah.
I'm like pointing it out to Demetria.
Would Demetria
beholder,
be...
when you say a stuffed beholder, do you mean like taxidermy, like a real beholder?
Oh no, like
a stuffed animal,
plushie, like a
stuffed
plushie,
animal. like a
plushie.
Yeah.
Got it.
Very different vibes.
So
I was gonna
cute.
say though, Demetria being a Waterdeep local, kind of like Eldricon, does she know this shop by reputation or?
Give me a history check.
History check. 14.
She's never seen this place before. Never heard of it.
Well, that's weird, right?
But I mean, saying you've never seen
She's
this
also
place
not the
before
most
is like
intellectual person. She's not a.
it's like being from LA all your life or New York all your
Yeah.
life and not seeing a hole in the wall shop, not knowing
Yeah,
that
yeah,
it
that's
was
true.
here downtown or whatever, Santa Monica. It's
Yeah.
it's very possible. You've just never seen the shop.
What about
Wow.
Eldricon? Has he ever seen it before? I ask him.
If he wants to make a check, he can. But
History, all right.
Here, and you can deny me this. Malcolm.
Absolutely
Totally fair.
Demetria, what was that?
You can totally say no to this. But could I possibly? This is gonna sound so stupid coming out of my mouth. Could I insight check the fact that this place has candles still lit? I think would definitely be odd to Demetria, considering the state that the street we've just walked down is.
Okay. Yeah, you can insight check.
Nope. Yeah, no, that's 2.
We'll tell you that the candles don't appear to be magical. They appear to just be lit from inside. So many of the streets lights, someone's done like a smash and grab move on them, right? Like to keep the streets dark, purposefully. But no one is. They would actually have to smash the awning or the window on this place, and it seems to be well kept.
And this is the only storefront that has
It's
some kind of life.
Something that has some life right now, that has something going on in there.
Are we close to like where we think the tavern or where Fluent disappeared is? Or
You're getting there. You're probably 15 minutes away, or you suspect you are from probably when you ask Eldricon. You're like, yeah, we're almost there.
Sorry, I just want to sneak up and like try to look into the window.
Okay.
Let's see if I can see what's inside.
Stealth check.
11. Right? Yeah.
Okay, and so as Ravi kind of stealthily walks over, looks in the window, the air's a bit cold, so the window's kind of it's not quite frosty, but it's a bit of that kind of like moisture on it. Kind of smeared away, and look through, and you over piles and piles of stacks and rows of trinkets of all strange types towards the back. It's not even a large place, but maybe 30 feet back. You can see behind a little desk is a little gnome, hairless, with his feet kicked up on the desk. kind of in his eyes closed, kind of like he might be like, kind of like looking like he may have just dozed off.
Mm-hmm. He says it's just like it's like there's a bunch of trinkets in there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Very interesting things. Can you give me perception check?
11.
Okay. So it appears that like there's tons of things in here, but like for example, one thing that you see that seems to kind of almost call to you is like, when I say call to you, it doesn't mean it's mad, like you don't feel anything
Just
happening.
draws my attention.
Draws your attention, yeah. Like you're in a shop and you're like, what is that? You know, you see like on one of the tables that's closest to you, looking through the window, like propped on a little ornate like metal holding, like some just to hold on, is a piece of crystal that seems to faintly glow in the moonlight through the window.
Oh. Can I like look at my necklace? Does it bear any resemblance?
Describe your necklace a little further. I know it is a crystal shard on it. Is there anything else you would add to that description that might?
It's just like very like kind of. It kind of like looks like a standard like a white quartz, but it has kind of like an opalescence to it, and it also has that like glow in the moonlight.
Yeah. This does, but it also doesn't. It doesn't. Whereas I think yours it has this almost like magical property that you can almost see inside of it, where this just looks like to just be a crystal that maybe is reflecting the light in a very interesting way.
I'll walk up behind Ravi as he's like checking out through the window and just say, or kind of whisper, keep it quiet. See anything you like?
I definitely see one thing, and I point out the crystal.
I'll look back to the group and what do you guys think? Should we check out the shop? Maybe ask around about this Floon character?
I mean, if you want to take the detour, sure. We have no idea if he came through here, but
I mean, I doubt they'll know in this place. But you guys know this place better than I do, that's for sure. I'm not saying that in character. I'm saying that out of character. Tempe don't say shit.
You're so like the parentheses subtitles that glow underneath Tempe say.
Tempe looks at Demetria and looks at Ravi and just kind of shrugs his shoulders a little. But not enough that anybody else notices.
I want to say if Demetria, right, has been on the road with Ravi, hasn't been in the city with him for very long, but I think Demetria knows a hunger when she sees it. And I think Demetria is getting a little concerned with Ravi and this crystal through the window, because Demetria is down for some shit, but she is not down as of a couple of weeks ago. Theft. So
I'll put my arm around Ravi and just be like, let's go check out that crystal.
Demetria is trained about him, and she'll follow. Demetria will go with them.
I also go with Ravi and them.
So the door cracks, and as it creaks open, there's a little cling, ling, 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 little jingle of bells. And the little gnome behind the counter, like I said, about 30 feet away, behind all these little trinkets and rolls of things, kind of wakes up and goes, hail and well met. Come browse the shelves of the curious curiosity shop, of the most curious curiosity shop in the world. The old Zablob shop. Always open.
Could you tell me a bit about this crystal here?
He has like a little wart on his nose, and his nose is a bit kind of red, maybe from having a drink earlier in the evening. He hops down, he disappears behind the counter and comes, scantering around. But before he hopped off, he grabbed his little pipe that was sitting in a tray that was still smoking, and puts it in his jams it in his mouth and hobbles over. Can I tell you about it? The funny thing about the curious things in this shop is I don't know much about them. It's all about being curious and collecting things just for the sake of collecting them. I often find that my customers buy things because they look interesting, and I usually look for them to find out look to give them meaning or to find the meaning. He says, "Let me look at this thing here," and so he looks it over. It's a beautiful crystal. Ah, yes. It doesn't do anything. It's pretty, right? Says maybe. Oh, look! Maybe you can add it to your necklace.
How big is this crystal?
Small, almost the size of a tooth. And like of a small canine tooth, or an animal's tooth. And he says it's about 3 gold coins. He then gives you the price. He kind of looks at the little tag on it and he goes, "I'll give that one to you for 3 gold coins if you want it."
Do I have any money?
Do I have any money?
I do have money.
I think you were given 100 by. Oh no, you're given 20 gold a piece by.
Right.
Volo.
I thought it was okay.
Or was it 10?
Sorry, everyone.
I think it was
Party
10
saying
apiece.
this
It was
to the
10
teacher, but it was
apiece.
10 gold.
It was 10
Okay.
apiece.
I think I started with 15. And
10
then I
apiece.
had
Yeah.
Okay, so I have 20. Okay.
Thank you, Cheryl.
Would you take 2?
Oh, I don't really like to barter with my things. It's because I don't really like to let go of them, so I let them go for the price I think they're worth.
I'll give Robbie another
persuasion.
gold.
You want to give me a
I was
persuasion?
just
Persuasion.
Tempe doesn't care about money.
Tempe, I have the money. I just get this for cheaper.
He didn't understand that.
Oh, persuasion. Oh, 17.
Nah, 3 gold. 3 it is.
All right. I'll give him 3 gold for it.
He hands it over. As he does, while you're all there looking at all the weird things like shrunken animal heads and weird little gaming sets and things of that nature, some of the things you notice around, I'd say like Machina notices an old gold monocle frame without the lenses. Tempe notices a hilt from a broken sword. Demetria, a pair of knucklebone dice, each with a skull symbol where the side that would normally read 6 pips. For Birdfoot, a fragment of a beautiful song written as musical notes on 2 pieces of parchment. And for Eldricon, an ornate dagger scabbard that fits, that doesn't seem to, doesn't come with a blade.
Elric, see anything? Or no?
And for you, a pair of old socks. They've got an interesting little ornate like pattern on them. Almost a kind of festive, but definitely worn and old.
Well, it's definitely a curious shop you got here.
That it is.
Well, we're a curious bunch here, and I don't know. We're wondering if you'd seen a guy pass through around here by the name of Floon.
Floon. You're looking for. Can you tell me what he looks like? And I take it you've been given some kind of
Some description
by Volo.
Yeah.
And so you're giving him that, and jeez, I literally just lost where my notes were for a second. And so he's like, it's a familiar description. May have seen.
Would have been maybe 3 nights ago, recently.
Yeah.
Oh no. I don't like to have loose lips around these parts.
I mean, we're not looking for him. His friend actually hit us up looking for him. We're supposed to be finding him safe and sound, right? Scout's honor.
We don't want to cause any trouble or anything.
Does anyone on you have anything purple to trade? I really love the color purple.
Purple.
A man that I like.
I close my.
And he kind of walks around you all, really tall, and he's like walking around, kind of like looking, almost like leaning. I mean, like, he doesn't really touch, but he gets so close, almost like touching your leather belts. You're like kind of looking for things that he might be interesting. But
if we.
Hey, not so close.
If we give you something purple, you give us what you know about this Floon dude.
Yeah.
If you know something. Because I think Demetria's neckerchief is like lavender or something. Because I can't resist purple.
Nice.
God, would she give that up for this stuff? Oh. Is it the right thing to do?
Where she goes, part of her Feywild background is that flowers bloom. I'm assuming I can find a purple flower amongst the rainbow flowers that bloom where I walk. I'll try to look through, see if I can find something purple-ish. I'm gonna roll for it, Malcolm.
Yeah, you do. Give me a nature check.
Okay.
Demetria's hesitating over her scarf.
Can I make an Arcana check on that scabbard that you had pointed out to see if it has any magical?
You can
inscriptions.
Ooh. Magic socks.
They're socks of holding. They're socks of holding.
A sad 10. +1 socks.
Yeah, it doesn't look magical. Just kind of old and worn. It has some strange, like little decorative, almost like glyphs on it, like running down the hilt, but nothing stands out to anything like any language that you speak or anything that you've studied. It almost looks decorative. It doesn't match anything that you've come across in your history, in your time of studying magic or understanding it as a sorcerer, Ultracon.
Can I check to see if any of my daggers would fit inside the scabbard?
You can, and every time you do, none of your daggers fit correctly.
I'm gonna... Old man, how much for this scabbard?
That one there, 1 gold piece.
Done.
Good deal.
Nice doing business with you. And he like pockets it. And what did you get for your nature check?
4.
So Burr, unfortunately, nothing's quite purple. You find like one little lavender one almost, and he's like, "Oh, it's not deep enough." And then he like looks at Demetria's like, he's like, "Oh," and he kind of like reaches out to it.
Okay, hands off.
Does the hilt that's with the broken sword resemble anything I might know of?
Like to give me a history?
This is all while Demetria's waffling about getting rid of her scarf. She'll take it off. She's trying to be good. She'll take the little neckerchief off and she'll be like, if the information you have is that you have no information, I reserve the right to take this back.
19.
The sword scabbard, not the scabbard, the hilt. It looks like, not from your culture, but it looks like it could have been a sword used possibly by soldiers in Neverwinter. That's all you're able to decipher from it.
I acknowledge. I just look as I walk past it. I don't make any like attempt to really look any further at it. As long as I recognize that it's nothing that I've seen previously, then I just keep on going.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask about the song parchments.
He seems to just really be looking, waiting for Dimitri. If you don't like the information to give, then I'll give it back. But I mean, you can't. You have to. Actually, no takesies backs. No takesies backsies. But I'll give you good information. You have to trust me.
How about some gold coin?
My
You can buy
information will
anything you
not
want.
be that I don't have information.
All right. And she tries to maybe give him a glare, like no funny business, and then hands over the scarf and starts like tugging up like her tunic collar.
He's like, ooh. And he like jumps across on like one of the tables and walks across and like looks into like a little mirror. And for him, it's almost like a cape. He's like, I like it. I like purple so much. I many years ago, I was in the Undermountain, survived a detonation of a gas spore, and strangely, I woke up and over time I inherited thoughts and memories of a beholder. I came to settle here and bought this old shop, kept trying to name it, and no other name stuck but Zablob. I think Zablob is the beholder I sometimes think of or have memories of. And I think he liked purple a lot, so I do too.
What is your name?
It used to be something, but I have hence kind of changed it. I like to go by Zablob. The old Zablob shop, I like to think of myself as Zablob now.
Can I insight check that?
Sure.
Oh, also, who's eyeing the knuckle bone dice, or who was that intended for?
Patriot.
I think it was
And,
Demetrius
and when
saw
I
them.
and when I pointed them out to you, just because I pointed them out to you does not mean you have to. They're just for you. It just means they caught your eye.
Fight it out.
Anybody, and then when it caught your eye, then everybody has seen everything.
I got a dirty 20 for that insight.
He seems to be being really honest. I mean,
He's Zablob.
for the most part, yeah. You see, seems a little wacky, a little kooky. You know, he at least he believes it. Probably not true. You know, he's definitely not a beholder. I mean, if he was, you know, unless he's like got a really good disguise spell or anything like that. But yeah, he
See, the
seems to
sky
be.
spell wouldn't work on a beholder because its main anti-magic eye would just dispel it.
Yeah. Well, its eye has an anti-magic field, so I don't know. It's closed its eye.
So as long as it takes
but yes,
that one
most
eye.
likely it would not. It would be able to hold up.
The Undermountain, is that what's beneath the Yawning Portal? Or is that something else?
That is.
Yeah.
I'll ask him
Well, that's
about
cool.
the song parchment. How much for this?
You have so many questions, all of you. I've been trying to figure out what this stuff does for years. Don't you think I've gone through my entire shop? If I knew what it was, it wouldn't be curious anymore. As he looks over and he goes, probably was a pretty song of some type. This one? 2 gold coins.
What about one, since you already got such a pretty scarf?
That is for my information. You all are trying to drive a hard bargain, bud. I'm no pushover. You know, if I was easy on my prices, people would be coming in here trying to get over on me daily. You see? No one's in here. That's because I don't budge. But you can give me a persuasion check.
And Tempe looks at Ravi and kind of motions to be like, how many people could come here?
And also it's 2 a.m.
But only Ravi sees it. Only
Yeah.
Ravi
I don't
sees
budge
it.
and it's 2 a.m.
15 for that persuasion.
He's like, but you, in your ears, you have a kind face. Okay, 1 gold. Just this one time. Nothing else. And he like stamps his foot, looks at Dimitri and says, well, what I can share about this Flume fellow, as he's like standing on the table, kind of leaning into Demetrius. He says, give me a second here. I definitely looked familiar. I saw him, saw a gentleman, a young fellow about that appearance, who was walking with another fellow down, just passed by. The other fellow seemed to be trying to, they both seemed dressed down a bit, but I noticed, I could tell that the other fellow had a bit of a ring that he had on, let me know that he had a little bit of means about him. Blonde hair, but both of them walked on, and then
they walked on. They were going that way. She's going to gesture towards the dragon's knuckle, or are they going the other way?
Well, they walked on, and then I heard a bit of rabble. Suddenly, as they had walked by, I noticed that there were some rough-looking men following them, a group. I couldn't tell if there were how many. They were in the shadows, and little old me, not that I really hate that I wasn't willing to say anything, but I remember hearing an altercation, like could have been a mugging. That happens down here all the time, these times of night, but I didn't hear any blood-curdling screams, so I thought, maybe they're okay. But yeah, they seem to be walking back towards when it happened. They had just crossed over and just been going in the opposite way of the way you came. I can say that one of the attackers, I could see one of them when he walked by. He was had a black tattoo of a winged snake on his neck.
You mean was that like a sign of, like, the guy with the eye tattoos on his head, like a gang allegiance tattoo?
Did we see that in the bar? We didn't see that in the bar, right?
No, we didn't.
We saw like eyes.
We saw the eyes, right?
This was on one of the attackers, right? This tattoo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Eldricon will like whisper to Barefoot. Barefoot, do you have any experience tracking?
I do.
Do you think you could check for signs of a scuffle outside?
Yes, definitely. I want to ask him about this ring, though. Was the ring anything special? You seem to notice it specifically.
I noticed because it was shiny. I like shiny things.
No emblem, special type of gem?
Not from where my bad eyes could see. Unfortunately, couldn't tell.
Okay. Whenever we're done, I will walk out and do the tracking to see if what type of scuffle, maybe how many people will get there, etc.
Okay.
Yeah, but does Demetria recognize that tattoo at all, or is it just aesthetic?
Yeah, or Elric and his like gang.
Yeah, we have the person who was in a gang, and we have the guy who was in the
with
cops.
his experience with guilds, true.
Because I've just been, or like in my own weird fighting.
Yeah, if you're
Vigilante.
directly from Waterdeep and you're not like a transplant, or you just haven't just arrived, then yes, you can give me a history check on that.
Alrighty.
And with advantage.
Oh yay.
Hey.
That's useful. Nope, didn't help.
A 10.
And
Let me see. 13.
Okay. So Demetria and Eldricon got a 10, and then
I got a 10
Eldric-
also.
Okay. So, well, I mean, it's really Demetria kind of like shouts it out, but as she does, you're like, oh yeah, of course. But maybe because you don't always see their symbol, but Demetria recognizes that to be the symbol that the Zentrum go by or use.
Ooh, okay.
Oh.
So these were, if there were one of them, then could safely assume that these could have all been Zentrum thugs that jumped
Yeah.
these two.
So you didn't. So you saw them go by. You heard the altercation. You didn't see whether they left with this group of attackers, whether they all headed off the other direction.
Didn't, but I would say you're safe to assume that if you walk back down past this way, there you'll notice there's a little alley on the side of my shop, and that seems to be where the commotion came from.
No good should ever happen in alleys here. I swear.
No. Very true. Well, I don't want to keep you, but if you want more things, feel free to continue to shop. I'm always here, Zablob, and may the things that you purchased, provide you great, can increase your curiosity.
Can Demetria, I don't know who's all clustered around this dude right now, but Demetria's gonna try and take him aside or lean down, as a gnome, try and get a little hush hush. Is there a price on the stuffed beholder in the window?
Oh, I can't sell this stuffed beholder. Oh no. That's one of my favorite prized possessions. I'd have to get another one made. 50 gold coins.
Oh, 50 gold. All right. Just asking. Not for me, but for other people.
Yeah, maybe if I'll see if I can get one made for a lesser price. So next time you're in the area, stop by.
He's gonna have a display of miniature ones. Yeah, with one last final glance at her poor scarf that I, Cheryl, am going to miss her having. She will.
He kind of sits back down and takes a huge puff of his cigar. He says, "Well, this has been a fortunate night. Thank you for stopping by."
May I purchase this ring?
You may. That will. Oh man, I'm so happy you all came by tonight.
Best 2 a.m.
That ring is
Buy everything.
5 gold coins.
The monocle was 5 gold?
Monocle's 5 gold. Sorry.
Okay.
No, which one is it? The monocle you were talking about?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
you said
monocle,
monocle,
but
'cause
I
the
don't
ring is
recognize that as a
its own.
monocle, so I said ring.
Okay, the ring. Yes, the ring is 5 gold.
I reached to where a pocket would be and realized there's no pocket.
Demetria reaches into her pocket where she has been keeping Machina's gold and doles out 5 gold.
Oh, thank you.
I will be
Demetria,
marking that down,
nice.
Jameson.
You're amazing.
Thank you. And then I also hand you the monocle.
Okay.
Or at first I put it on my hand so it doesn't fit around my finger as a ring, then be like, oh. Then just hand it over.
Wait, the monocle glass is missing? It's just a ring with a little chain on it?
I guess now it is.
That's amazing. He sticks his robot
Demetria-
finger through the monocle.
I thought you said the glass was already missing
Did I say
when you
that?
initially described it.
Yes, without the lens.
Can
Yes,
Demetria
it's a monocle
Demetria
frame.
try and is there not because I know with the monocle you have to squint. Is there not a way to try and wedge it to his metal face aperture?
Oh,
Demetria's okay, come here.
yeah,
lean
I
down.
think you
1
can. I
second.
think you could just kind of get it in that groove where it fits. So.
Weld it there.
Get it in there, all right, don't go shaking your head. Oh, wait, you take the little chain, she'll make sure the little chain that's attached to the monocle is tied onto his armor or something
Yeah.
Tempe looks at Robbie. He doesn't smile, but you almost think you can see smile marks on his cheeks. Almost. Not really, but almost. He finds
Tempe
it very
has dimples, confirmed.
Tempe's Robbie's just gonna give Tempe a little fist bump. Right, he's gonna go to give him a fist bump. I don't know if Tempe does it back.
Tempe looks at the fist and then looks it back at Robbie.
And I'm like,
And
Give
then
me your
he
hand.
kind of puts his hand up.
yeah.
And he does it, but doesn't really know. Doesn't really get it.
He does the
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. I like it.
Once we go into I'm assuming we're gonna go into the alleyway. I do want to see, with tracking skills, that's survival, right?
Mm-hmm.
To see just maybe how many people, which direction they went, looking for blood, just to kind of, detective style.
What color
pretty much
is
what
Burfoot
Eldercon had
again?
asked. What?
What color is Burfoot?
She's like gray, like my dog. You guys have all seen pictures of Blue. Dark gray, with
I love
white
them.
on the inside of her ears, on her nose,
Hmm.
and down to her belly.
Love it.
Would I be able to remove my eyeball and put the ring around it and then put it back in?
Yeah. You mean
Yep.
like you're like moving,
You unscrew it like a light
and put
bulb,
it on and then-
so
Yeah.
it bugs out a little bit.
so it just sits. Yeah. Which eye did you put it over?
Let's see. I think I'll do the left eye.
Okay. Left eye. So you guys walk out, the little sign moving. You're there in the brisk cold as you start to follow Burfoot as she hops along and moves into the alley off to the left. Burr, you want to give me a survival check to see what you find?
Yeah. $13.
Routine.
Not you.
So this happening several days ago. Your nose is your biggest asset here. You do find as you get like halfway down this like very dark little alley, you find an area where the footprints, there seem to be a lot of like scuffling and movement, and you can smell that this area has some lingering sense of maybe sweat. One spot you do pick up a hint of blood, and when you find it on the ground, it would have been a small spatter, which means that no one was like stabbed or shanked, which means that like no one like bled out here or lost a lot of blood. So it could have been from like a punch or a cut,
Yeah, that's
something like that. And you start to as you go deeper down the alley, you start to kind of lose it, but you have a faint sense, so it just kind of leads you deeper down the alley, and towards the end of that alley, it's opening. It seems like it's opening into like another, not a cul-de-sac because it's more streets, but more like a little opening, like a square, not a town square, but like a little town square that with more streets leading in every which way to the veins of the city.
Okay, since it's probably pretty dark in that alleyway, I'm assuming, because we're 2 a.m.
Yep.
So I'm gonna follow my nose, but
Okay.
I'm gonna have Grom narrate what he sees because Grom actually has dark vision and can speak Draconic. Cool enough.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna be kind of like whispering to him, trying to stay quiet for him to like kind of narrate at least what he sees.
Okay. So
Just so I don't run into anything if he sees a person, that kind of thing. Nothing like
Yeah.
nature, but yeah, just to kind of help guide me, like a seeing eye dog kind of thing.
Got it. And so as Grom kind of sniffs and runs along, he jumps up and on a pile of crates towards the end of that alley, and then kind of looks out and then turns back, and pretty much like you start to hear some scuffling over there. And he's like alerting you that there are some people coming up. And you start to Burfrey, with your ears, you start to pick up on what sound like, do that kind of like humanoid, common talk. And as it settles, you realize it's the talk of like the city watch. As you draw near, they don't see you, but from that alleyway, you have a view of what appears to be something going on here. And it appears that there has been a bloody little scene, like where as you round the corner, you just notice that there's a street it's been cordoned off. And that little alley has a little kind of, it's not tape, but there's like ribbonry that's set up there. And you can see the city watch all around, many of them. And lying on the cobblestones are half a dozen corpses. Seemingly, they seem to be victims of a skirmish. Watch officers have disarmed and arrested 3 blood-drenched humans who are in the midst of being questioning by witnesses. And one of the officers is just kind of walking over and telling people to kind of not on the opposite side of you down the other street, like telling people like, carry on. Yep, nothing to see here. Kind of directing people away from this area.
Would you say that, DM style, if my nose is good enough to know that's the blood trail I've been following, or is this something separate?
Yeah, this is something separate. This will be a new
Okay.
incident because you're following a very faint scent of like old blood.
Old,
And
right?
suddenly
Yeah.
you're
Okay.
like, oh, like this is a bloody mess that has just transpired and just happened here recently.
Okay. I'll kind of, I don't know who's following me, but I'll kind of like motion for whoever is. I'm assuming Eldricon and maybe Demetria. I feel like the whole group is and I'll just kind of like motion and point it out.
There we are.
Still try to be quiet.
My dark vision is 120 feet. Could I potentially see if one of the corpses looks like what Volo described to us?
Yeah, seeing as they are the streets are still very dim, and even with that dark vision, seeing a you're looking for a detail like a stat like on somebody's neck. It's been a pretty difficult perception check, but you can try it.
Do you want me to make it a disadvantage?
No, regular check.
Right on. A 9.
Okay, so yeah, you don't see anything. Doesn't look, the group that are sitting arrested. You do notice that, and the guard is holding near some of the folks that are arrested, probably waiting for a wagon to come pick them up. As he's holding the light in their faces, one of them has, on either side of his head, a tattoo of an eye. And the other couple of them have tattoos on their arms as well. And you do notice that on one of the tattooed arms, lower arms, is one of those snakes with the wings, one of those Zentrum. So this is clearly like a blood feud between these two gangs that was happening, that you've just kind of come across, like almost you realize, Eldricon, that this is, you're witnessing some of the war that's happening in the streets late at night.
Looks to Burfoot. I don't really know if this is related, but gruesome nonetheless.
Do you tell her that you saw the snake with wings tattooed?
Yeah, but he would explain that unless you picked something up from that trail, that it's obviously just a blood feud.
Yeah, I'll say that the trail I was following was old, so it's supposed to be unrelated.
So Berg, I think you have kind of like two choices where you all can, or you can try to continue to pick up that scent and follow it, which might be difficult, but however faint, there is a possibility of catching it again and continuing on with it. But going through it does kind of go through. Right now, your nose is taking you through the area where this has happened. That's been kind of cordoned off. Or you can break free and just head over to the Dragon Knuckle and try to pick up your, resume your search there. What do you want to do?
I feel like I'd try to follow until it ends to see if, and the entire time trying to have, especially like Rom be looking, and maybe Eldricon or other people with dark vision, just to kind of like be looking around on the ground to see if we find anything. You know what I mean?
I'll try to join in.
How Demetria, seeing the guards, turns towards Elric, like, okay, like judgment-free question, value-free judgment. Like, how not to say that I like know what you did before, but was that like you still have your pension situation, or
we didn't leave on the best of terms? Okay. But yeah, I try not to announce my presence around them if I can.
Noted.
It may not be all that different than yourself.
That's why I was asking. I thought maybe if it was a coin flip situation, one of us would be able to go do something, but 100% no going over their situation.
I could try, but
it looks like Burfoot's got something.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, maybe we skip the maybe we could one-on-one kind of thing, a better shot.
Burfoot, is she I will say her nose is leading her out into that little area that's been cordoned off. So is she willing to try to stealthily go out there?
I'll try to stealth. And I don't know, I'll probably, how far does it feel like? Because I might just like let Rom stay back, especially seeing how people have been uncomfortable with this presence before.
And there will be a disadvantaged stealth check. There are so many city watch out there.
Okay. I'll tell Grom to stay back and just do it by myself. Okay,
We'll attempt to pick up Grom.
Or it's a little Grom kind of like steps back and kind of looks as you kind of go down on all fours and hop forward. Your nose still picking up the faint scent. Give me your disadvantage stealth check.
At disadvantage 17.
Okay. And so you're sniffing out there, and then it's almost like, one of the guards kind of turns and hears something. You kind of go behind a little cart that's nearby and looks back, and you're smelling, and you're starting to get a scent that is leading further off. Right, you're getting really close to where you're inside the cordon off area, and it's leading down another street, a really dark. It's not an alley, but it's a really dark street. And that's where your nose is taking you, when suddenly someone grabs you by one of your ears, like, "Oh, what are you doing here? Get out!" And he just kind of puts you on the other side of the cordon off area. He says, "What are you?" And he kind of looks at you.
Like that.
He says, just move along. No one is allowed. This is City Watch business." And then as he grabs you by the ear and moved her over, he then looks like, "Huh, aren't you a cute little thing?"
I'll pull my dagger out and hold it up to his throat as close as I can and say,
Can I jump in? Can I jump in?
At this point, Grom would run out. Like, I'm assuming Grom would.
Yeah,
Demetria would also be trying to.
As Grom runs out, one of them growls. Every cigar, their blades come out, and they all put them on Grom and towards Burr.
Officers. Hey there. Constable Elric here. I was the 3rd Regiment at the Dock Ward. This is a friend of mine, new in town. She doesn't know what she's doing. I think she doesn't even understand your outfits, to be honest. Burfoot, just put it away. It's fine. We'll be on our way. I know you guys are pretty busy. Hope we're not bothering you. And I'll kind of turn to one of the guards and be like, "Hey man, what's going on over here?"
One of them kind of walks over to you, like a captain, or it looks like you could definitely tell he's of higher rank. And there's a whole group of you out there, sneaking up on us in the alley. What do you expect?
Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, that's my bad.
Do you know what we're dealing with here night after night?
I do not.
Your little bunny rabbit shouldn't be out here right now.
She's like that guy who picked her up by the ears would feel the heat off of her, like the Feywild.
Yeah.
Like physically affected by the heat. And how she makes those flowers bloom like they've wilted now by her feet. She's like pure rage, and if anything, probably still trying to go after him and say, "Call me a bunny again." So fucking pissed.
Demetria tries to block her with the shield, tries to get her, sort of use the shield to kind of hold her back. Bonus, it shows them the front of the shield, shows them the platinum Bahamut symbol. We know we're right, trying to stop from meeting any bad elements here on the streets. You got to tread lightly. We locals, we know.
In Draconic, Eldrakon says to Burfoot, "This is not a fight that is worth it, I'm telling you."
She'll kind of calm down a little bit.
Eldrakon, can I have an insight check from you?
Absolutely.
Also, Machia was making no effort to be stealthy.
Oh, dude. This die tonight is not rolling above a 10. 11.
So no. So you do know that, and I think Elric also knows this, that there are different levels of the sea, but Sea Watchers, especially those that are out here right now, are you as you look around. Another reason you tell Burr that is like there's at least 10 of them right now, just right here in this section, and most of them are veterans.
Oh shit! Yeah, we don't want to
So
fight
they're
them.
not. Yeah, they're not pushovers.
But
So
let's find a way around. It is not worth your life.
They're not in the street where I like smelled the scent, right? Like we could potentially go down that. Or is
they're
that
not in
blocked
that.
off?
You could potentially go down there. You just have to pass them. Now you need to, ask to kind of move down that way to take permission to go that way.
Okay. We would have to. Oh, you said we would have to ask permission.
Well, yeah, because you're all kind of like busted. Elric is now kind of, I think, trying to save face. I hear Demetria as well. So the captain is looking. He's like, "You serve, yes?"
I served. Yeah. I was in the third regiment here. Well,
The face looks familiar.
yeah, it's been some time, but moved on to different things. It was a nice little gig for a while, so I can totally understand what you guys are going through here. It's a lot of work. It's late nights. I did the same thing. It's pretty rough, but yeah, I'm really sorry for your troubles. If there's anything I can do to help you guys out, I'm more than happy to.
I see you're out adventuring. It's a dangerous gig. You should leave things up to the city watch.
Oh yeah, of course. We know that, right?
So, well, what do we do now here? I have things to do. I don't have time to deal with you. What is it that you want from us?
We were just on our way, just looking for someone who, a friend of ours, just kind of lost his trail. Just wanted to make sure he's okay because of the skirmish over here. We don't want make sure he's not hurt or anything.
Sure.
Elric will join in with him, just saying, yes, this fine rabbit here was on the trail of our drunken friend, and she knows his scent pretty well. Burfoot, did you perhaps see where he was going or smell particularly where he was going?
I was still kind of like somewhat heaving, still like really having a hard time calming all the way down, just point silently to the street, like where I smelled, like down.
Good sir, just down the street. Elric, you know these fellows. We are good people looking for our friend.
Just looking for a friend. We'll be out of your way.
All right. Just don't end up with your blood on my streets.
Yeah, that doesn't sound very good.
I
Carry
do
on.
not have blood.
Get home safely.
Thanks, sir.
It's not a good way to go, but if you insist. And he gives a nod, and the one that the guy that Burr's like just steaming at goes over and like tears the ribbon. Goes, after you, Bunny.
Let's go.
She literally, as she walks by, she's just raging. She's gonna spit on his foot and just feel the rage heat off of her. Like, and she's just creating blooming and wilting flowers. It's like
session number 1. The party goes to fucking prison.
We go to jail.
And Grom definitely will be like growling at him as he goes, and then I'll
He
definitely
goes,
kind of
and
like.
then as he pulls unsheathes his blade, the captain goes, "No, it's not tonight. Put it away." And he goes, and he kind of kicks his foot and glares at you all and waves and starts to walk away as you all kind of pass through.
And I'll definitely throw a couple like draconic like curses at him. Dude, you guys, I made a raid bunny. I'm sorry in advance. It's always going to be bad if anybody touches her ears. And it's funny that Malcolm already went there. That's like her main
Malcolm
thing. Like,
knew.
don't fucking touch
Kind
her
of trigger
ears.
you.
Like her ears or her tail? No. Like
yeah, I was like, oh, Malcolm, you just killed this dude. That's what you've done.
That's a death sentence for this guy.
I just knew he was about to die. I was like, oh, it's about to be a fight for sure.
Temperature
This is
dropped 10
happening.
degrees.
She's
Demetria
gonna
will,
give, like
as
Rom like a shoulder like touch, like thank you, my friend. Like because and you guys will really see it. She doesn't really like treat him like a dog. Like he truly is like her friend, like her companion. Like it's more like a companion than like a even more than like a familiar kind of thing. She treats him like an equal kind of thing.
as we start moving again, though, Demetria will kind of like look at Burr, and she definitely will say, like, look, I don't exactly like the prison system in this city. So the next time, you know, swallowing your pride really can be a lifesaver in situations like these, okay?
I don't have pride.
She'll point at your shield and say, Paladine doesn't swallow his pride. Comes from the Feywild. It's a different interpretation of him. She doesn't really know him as Bahamut. It's more Dragonlance style.
Demetria also doesn't know him all that well, but at that like challenge, gone is the friendly demeanor. Demetria is like, oh, okay, it's like that? Sure. And then just starts walking, drops back to walk next to Tempe and Ravi. Like, oh, okay. Never mind then.
I'll say to Burfoot, yeah, you know, I don't really like him either, honestly. If I could do what you did, yeah, that's pretty badass.
You
Respect.
used to be one of them? You used to do that?
Yeah, well, that's why I left. I don't like them. I don't like the way they do what they do. And they can be bought off pretty easily.
Well, they're not doing a very good job. We just walked through a massacre.
Yeah, clearly they're not.
So much for leaving it to the city watch.
Yeah.
Damn, Burfoot has some attitude.
Yeah. I like
Dude,
it.
she's a rager. She doesn't like her
Burfoot
ear being
is just
touched.
ACAB 100% of the time.
Yeah, she's got a
Respect.
tattoo across her little paw that says ACAB. 1312 on the other hand.
AWAB, all
Straight up.
watchmen are bastards.
Yeah. Not especially because it's not just he like went from 0 to 10 for her. Like he didn't even try to just like touch her.
Ears.
He, like,
He
picked her
speed
up
ran
and
the hatred there. He
Dude, if
really
I was
did.
playing a different character, I would have fucked that guy up because I was physically offended when Malcolm said that he lifted her up by the ear. Like I if it wasn't a different character, I would do some stupid shit.
Well, think about it, she's scurrying through.
She
No,
looks like a
Malcolm,
kid,
that was
probably.
offensive.
and I'm so little
She's
and like
scurrying
right.
through
Yeah.
a crime scene.
Visual.
So
And
that-
he's
yeah.
gonna
That
snatch her
visual
up.
plus
No.
then the dagger. the little
dagger to the
tiny
throat.
bunny with the dagger.
Yeah, look, this little dagger comes out. Like, where'd that come from?
And now you guys know, like when I described the dagger on her thigh as like a "don't touch my fucking ears" dagger, that's exactly what it's for.
You need to get that carved.
It's now
On
now
raid.
called that.
Don't touch my
my
fucking
fucking ears, dagger.
Yeah, don't touch my
Right.
fucking ears or my tail. They're so
I
fluffy.
get the sense that through this campaign, I'm gonna understand how it feels to be you trying to manage me when drunk out on the town.
Right, rage. Yeah, rage bunny.
Wait, Travis,
more-
are
you're
you
more
like
of a
3
rage
foot
bear.
tall and you want to fuck people up? What's happening here?
No, but the latter does happen.
Yeah,
That's why I don't drink outside anymore.
Yeah, I hear that.
That's why I don't do it. I don't drink outside no more.
I hear that, dude.
that was great, Malcolm. Thanks for giving the rage opportunity.
No.
Like-
I was just tempting you, seeing what they would do.
That is like fun that this campaign is making us like swap places, because when Ravi was looking at that gem in the window, I'm like, is this what it was fucking like to party with Aramis the entire last campaign?
Yes,
Right,
yes, it
like
was.
Aramis, no.
I was like, this is my karma. This is my karma for playing a rogue last game.
No, but I'm not stealing.
the fact that you paid for it, I'm like, damn, Aramis never would.
I'm a rogue by circumstance, not by
Mm.
beliefs.
You're an agnostic rogue. You're
Yeah.
non-practicing.
Accurate.
So as they walk on, about 20 minutes later, Burfoot is still keeping a very faint scent. And at some point, she loses it, and it all kind of goes a bit cold. But she is standing in this it leads down she loses it right after kind of it leading you down another like gloom enveloped narrow alley. This place is almost dark as a dungeon and odorous as one too. And in this area, nearly all of the street lights have been smashed out. And when you exit that area, only one street light is on. And it's the one directly in front of you there. And you enter into this like large street. And across, as you look around here, across from that one light flickers like a candle. You look up and you realize you're on Candle Lane, and across from you is a warehouse and two big double wooden doors, kind of a black sign on that door is that serpent, that snake with the wings, that sign of the Zentrum.
That map that Tempe picked up last game had places circled on Candle Lane. Is this warehouse one of them?
The map had... Say that one more time?
So the map that Tempe picked up after the bar fight last session had places in my notes. So I know it could be the failure of the notes. The notes say Candle Lane. The maps of the dock word Candle Lane. And
that was the map that came off of one of the guys that got into a fight.
And right. Is this warehouse one of those places that's circled?
That whole area is circled, and this would definitely be that area. It seems like this looks about right. Yes.
I'll stop and say I don't know how you guys want to proceed, but this is where the smell ends.
There are no lights inside the warehouse. It's 2-story. It's quite ramshackle. You notice there is a little gated yard out front where supplies, the gates are open, supplies are brought into those big double wooden doors that probably slide open. And then there's also the 2 big doors, and then there's one, at least from where you're looking at, one, regular sized door that can go through. You don't hear any noise, you don't see any lights in the 2nd story or down below. But this is where you all have come.
I mean, if there's anyone in there from the Zentrum, they're not gonna like us just walking in. So, I mean, there's going in there, and then there's going in there knowing, possible pushback that we're gonna find inside. So if you guys are all right with maybe having a fight or two, we could just walk in.
Out of character, can we go around the back? Is this like a dead end, or could we get around behind the building?
We can scale one building to the right or something.
It's possible. Tell me, what would you do? Which side? Just kind of talk me through what you think how you're gonna approach it.
I'm thinking the same thing, so I don't know who would bring it up, but around back seems.
Wait, you guys want to climb a separate building to get into this one?
Just check out the back. At least that's my.
Oh, yeah.
Going across the rooftop. I want to
check out the back.
Yeah, across the rooftop.
I don't want to scale any buildings though.
So I hear Eric talk about going across the rooftop.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I like it, but
what's that road? Second story work.
Right.
I'm not a thief. I'm a scout.
Anybody wanna?
I am not good at climbing.
I'm okay. I did it a few times when I was in the orphanage.
How many legs you break?
Yeah, had a few injuries, but
Can I parkour my way up?
Yeah.
Try to get like a look in through like the second story window.
Yes, let me so there are only windows on the back side. Or did you go left or right around the building, Ravi?
From where I can see, like where these stairs are, so I guess the right side.
Okay. So kind of heading down this little alley to parkour up the side there.
Yeah.
As you leap off the sides of the walls, give me an acrobatics check. And now, Elric, are you doing the same? Or are
I'll
you
follow
climbing?
him.
And then are you going up
Very
to the
nervous.
top? Or are you still going across the roof?
So I was trying to climb to the top of it.
And I'm gonna
So,
treat
like,
all this as
the
happening
second
at the
top of the
same
second
time.
story.
So I'm gonna take Ravi's doing his thing. Elric is going up to the roof. What's everyone else doing?
I want to try to listen to see if I can hear anything at all, like any movement within.
Okay.
I've
Before
got my eye
approaching.
on Ravi going up.
Yeah, same.
No, don't look at me.
No, Demetria is like, okay, Demetria is looking around. Demetria is waiting for the inevitable ambush that comes with being out in the streets this time of night.
Yeah, like I think I'm ready to like.
keep watch kind of thing.
Yep.
So I rolled a 24 for my acrobatics.
And I got a 7.
No.
At least we can catch you if you fall.
Maybe I could try to catch you. I don't know.
I get impaled on the fence.
Damn it.
Roll new character.
So, leaping up to the side of the building, Ravi gets up into that window and then kind of digs his hands into the grooves there, looks through, and it's quite dark inside. Even with your dark vision, you can make out just a bit. There appear to be like some kind of skylighting briefly in the ceiling, so there's a bit of the moon light very faintly touching on the ground there. And so you can make out these shadowy, the silhouettes of boxes on boxes, crates, and other supplies and things like that scattered around the room. At the center of now, from where you see looking through that window, Ravi, you see right in front of you, like a catwalk, a wooden catwalk, other supplies down on the floor below. And can I have a perception check from you? Now, at that moment, while you're giving me that perception check, Elric, you have gotten onto the rooftop on the other side and leaped over and landed from the slatting on the other roof and rolled and came up and making very little noise on the rooftop. As you look around the rooftop, it's all clear up here, but there is a kind of a skylight area that you can approach.
Okay.
What do you do?
Oh, it looks like light is coming from the building.
No, the light's just coming from it's just coming from the moon. But there's so if you approach the skylighting area, you can tell if there's still glass there or if there's a way in that way.
Oh yeah, I guess.
Or do you just call out to your friends? What are you doing?
I want to look around first for like some kind of like an entrance or some some entrance around the side or the top over there. Maybe
you're giving me an investigation. Robbie's gonna give me perception. Burr, can I get a
investigation? No.
A perception check as well for your ears.
Not good.
And then I got a 23.
Okay.
I got a 5.
So
flopping on these Elric Ravi rolls.
Yeah. Trading off.
So you got that 7, and you notice that something over in the corner down by the door is you see a silhouette move. And you realize even with your dark vision, because dark vision it's not complete full, you see everything, and so whatever it was kind of moving. It was like kind of moving near by the stairs, and it's also hard to see because there's a catwalk in front of you, so there could be a humanoid down there, but you just see it barely briefly. And in that moment, Ravi, your foot slips, and there's a piece of the old stucco that you're standing on gives way. You're able to hold on so you don't fall, but that stucco goes and falls, and you're able to move out of the way of the window. But whatever it was down there kind of looks up at you, a humanoid that for a second you look like you saw it had a pointed face, and then it dives and it just backs away into the shadows. You hear the crumbling of the rock fall, Elric, and you're like somebody's making noise. What's your investigation get?
I got a 5.
So you're looking around, and it's just gravel up here, and mostly of a wooden ceiling. And peering down into that, you realize there are several. There's actually two areas that are like skylit, like areas that are like 5 by 20, and they're all glass paned. And on each one of the glass has been broken, and there's a bit of a draft, as you know, enough space for someone to kind of jump in. And inside, peering down, you can see multiple shapes of bodies lying on the ground around a table that could have been like a card or a game table. There seems to be some foul play that's going on here. Mostly dead bodies.
Oh, it looks like dead bodies. Ah, man. Okay, so does it look like there's any movement in there?
You got that 5, so no.
No, okay. Right. I'll just wave to the group, I guess, and say, yeah, like just come in, because it seems like it's quiet in there. I don't know.
Can I make a stealth check for you to move over to the edge? Because you got to move back over the edge to make
a
gesture to the group.
Let me do that. That is a 11.
Okay. So you see Elric, everybody sees Elric like, hey, like, I don't know what are you signaling?
Just like this and like this.
Like you're telling them to come on,
yeah.
To come up, or
just come in.
Oh fuck.
Demetria mimes knocking at the door like, door okay.
Robbie, what are you doing? You just like you saw something in there, but you ran to the side. You could jump back down.
I feel like
Tempe's probably like frustrated because he's like the sign language guy.
I have no idea. Like I have no idea. No one's able to communicate, and I'm just like I'm super frustrated right now.
I think Ravi's probably
a message spell. Nope.
He's probably like trying. He's probably freaking out a little bit, having seen that there's somebody down there.
I'm just gonna put thumbs up.
Can they see Ravi?
Can we see Ravi?
No, he's on the backside. So if I was to give you the Ravi is on these back window.
What if we go to the back
window?
Can I try to climb up
to the roof?
Yeah,
you can.
What is our ground group doing? Elric's telling us
this
clear.
Is ground group
if
over
Elric's
here.
saying it's clear, Demetria, she ain't that wise. She's going for the.
Okay.
It sounds clear. It's like,
I'm gonna follow Demetria. Then.
If anyone is going in, Eldricon will tail them.
Yeah,
I'm gonna, as you guys are walking in, I'm gonna shoot an arrow in front of you, like into the area, to see if anybody comes out. Just wait.
You're gonna do what?
I want to shoot an arrow kind of like at the front door to try to make.
But why are you doing this?
To see if anybody comes out. To see if people are just hidden.
Warning shot.
Warning shot. Yeah.
Oh, you're shooting it into the front door.
Yeah, because I'm out front. So like,
Demetria pushes open the front door, and as it opens, Burr like shoots over her shoulder, scaring the Bahamut.
Or are you trying to like knock on the door?
Scaring the Bahamut out of her?
No, she's SWAT teaming it. I imagine Tempe's like holding on to like her belt, like they're
for sure.
For the storm.
I'm definitely trying to make it. Well, I was, but now that you guys are up to the door, they did already say that before I said that. So yeah, I assume as she opens it, I'm trying to shoot an arrow so it makes either a noise or goes inside.
Well, the door doesn't open as Demetria goes.
Oh.
It's locked.
Oh.
So do you still fire your arrow into the door?
At the door right now. I already said it.
Yeah. It's almost like you're expecting her to open and it doesn't budge, and then suddenly there's a boom, and there's just a thump as the arrow hits the door.
Teacher's like, give me a second. Can I try and I have a shield. Can I try and bash this door open?
Wait, could we just pick the lock?
No, I want to bash it open.
Oh my God.
Well, this is.
We already know what kind of crew we are now. We just march in.
Yeah.
Robbie, give me your athletics check, not even just to climb.
Elric said it was clear. Elric said it was clear.
19.
Nice. Okay, so you hop up there and you get up there, and as you're so this is a moment where you're up there with Elric now, and you see as you get up there, Robbie, you look and you see Elric going like this, like come on. You can tell that he's telling the crew to come on.
Yeah, I'll just say check down there. It looks like it's just a bunch of dead bodies.
Knowing that someone's already seen me, I'm just gonna run over to Elric and be like, "No, there's people here."
You saw something?
Yeah, somebody saw me.
Right, Cheryl?
Okay, I'll go back to the group and be
As
like, hold
Demetra
on.
is bashing on the door right now, right?
We'll say, I don't know, Malcolm, whether you want to
Look
say
like
that
that.
that Demetria can catch Elric's gesture as she's pulling back for the bash, or
How about I see it and I grab Demetria?
Wait, who was originally trying to stop Demetria?
Well, after he told me that, I just run to the group and say, "Okay, stop."
It's too late for that. It's too
okay,
late for
okay.
that.
Okay. I'll still be like, "Oh, I'll just say that."
Demetria hit the door. It's not, there's
Yeah,
no time.
yeah.
It's all.
Can we at least like shout out like there's people here?
I'll
You
say
can.
I'll
Yeah.
say Robbie.
You're-
Too late.
You hear like the smash of the door. Demetria, give me a athletics check on the door.
gladly. Athletics. Ooh, 17.
The door just whack and just smashes open, comes off like partially off the hinges, and just
shit.
it like hanging halfway on. As she, I don't know what she does. You know, she doesn't really step over the threshold, but I imagine she like 1 foot in and like peers inside, and you see the dead bodies everywhere, all over this warehouse floor. In addition to all the crates that I've just described here in this very dark setting. They're all in the back of the rooms. There are, you know, this is a place that have multiple places to hide. And then what we hear Elric and Robbie shout, or
As soon as I see them going at it, I'm like, all right, I think it's time to go, and I'll run back. And through the glass pane, can I cast dancing lights so that as soon as they open the door, they can see something in there? I have 120 feet distance on it.
so wait, what are you're going to try to cast dancing lights into side?
And yeah, so that it goes into the building, so that when they barge in, they can light up whatever thing so they can
Yep.
see something.
I need a perception check from you though first.
Okay,
Light him up.
that is a 18.
And so as you're kind of conjuring your magic, because you're standing, you're looking over the edge, you're seeing that they're going inside.
Yeah.
You turn, and when you, Robbie, turn, there are 2 shadowy figures moving towards you, like you didn't even, like they were like to skimper as they pull out their blades and go to strike, where they get the first attack because they get surprised. These black-beaked rogue-like characters that are just moving in like a shadow, like kind of fluttering forward, and you can tell that they're trying to like silence you, like, or you know, keep you from whatever you're doing.
Nice.
The first attack will be to Elric.
Alrighty.
For 16.
That is my AC. That hits.
And that does 7 damage.
Ooh, ouch.
And the other one will try to grapple Ravi with an athletics check. So you can choose acrobatics, or you can choose
Choosing acrobatics. Nope, 7.
So one this little thing, and just kind of like it like leaps over Ravi's head, and like both of its legs lock, and it kind of makes a little like you feel the feathers on it ruffle as it pulls with momentum. It rolls down to the ground, and you flip over it, and it throws Ravi from the building. So all of a sudden he just crashed down and hit the ground, and crashes into just a bunch of like boxes and shit that's right out front of the location.
I run over to Ravi.
Ravi, you will take from that fall damage 16.
Fuck.
Because Demetrius is still in the doorway, right?
That was, yes.
So we would see he gets.
You would see him fall right in front of you.
We
So
see him
now
fall, right? Okay.
roll initiative.
Oh god, that's crazy. All right.
Motherfucker.
Now I roll good.
I did
Now
not
I roll
good.
horrible. Now the time I need it, I roll a
Shit.
fucking 1.
So
I'm gonna get 2 more attacks on me now.
Let's
The
let's take a 5-minute break. I'll set this seed up where everyone is, and we'll go from here.
Oh my god,
two.
two?
The high
God,
mountains and low
a
valleys
two.
of the rolls so far this campaign. It's making me
Dude.
paranoid.
I rolled 5 nat 20s last game, and I rolled a 20 this game already.
Ooh.
Now I rolled a 2 when I needed it.
That was fucking nuts with all those nat 20s,
That
dude.
was insane.
Dude, it almost kept going tonight, but I was sitting here rolling, and I was just rolling for fun. It was like 19, 20, 19. Look, again, right here, 19, 16, 18.
Dice God is like,
18.
stay humble, stay
18.
humble.
And then when I need it, it's a fucking 1.
I know, and I just came from playing in Cheryl's game, and like being like, can't roll below a 10, whatever. And here I'm like rolling
Reliable
like
talent, my
sevens.
ass.
Awful.
Did you guys all get custom like dice this time around for your characters yet?
I did, but these dice really are. I wonder whether they like me or not.
Oh, you have to break them in.
I haven't gotten any new ones yet. I found one similar to like what Lex you showed me with little rabbits inside, but I worry
Ooh.
about the balance.
Oh, those are cool.
Are they made of resin? Like, are
they
they
are.
plastic? You can just put them in like a cup of like
yeah,
salt water.
Salt water, yeah.
Yeah.
Testing.
Dude, I'm so stingy that I'm so broke right now anyways. But I'm like, do I really want to waste the Etsy money? To then
Is it
find
a
out
waste?
they're not? If they're cute and pretty.
Yeah.
Right? If they're cute and pretty, it's not a waste.
Mhm.
Those
It
are
Yeah.
the rules
drives
to
me
live
crazy that
You
everything
guys
with
are thinking
bunnies-
like boys now. Don't think like boys. Boys are dumb. Don't think like
Dude,
boys.
I just
Stop
hate
it.
everything that has a bunny is like pink. Like, why does it have to be pink? Why can't you just make some purple shit? I did find some really cool
Yeah.
purple,
Always
like
purple.
opal dice that have like a
Ooh.
crescent moon with a bunny on them. Of course, they're like $1 million. Those are my
Oh,
The the gemstone dice. They're
Yeah,
so
they're
expensive.
really
I'm, that's what I'm thinking of getting for Robbie, assuming he doesn't die tonight.
There's like a really
the
awesome
moonstone ones. That'd be so cool.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is with Aramis, like my dice tray, like my dice collections, I like to do a mix where it'd be like, yeah, for the D6s for the sneak attack, I like select a purple one and a dark one and a gold one, so it all kind of fits the aesthetic. I don't have a complete couple of sets that fit Dimitri. I have like 1 or 2, so I still want to buy more just to be like the secondary pieces,
The closest ones I have are like ones that I usually use for Solinari. They're like purple and gold, but I'm like, I need custom ones. You need them to have
Right.
the energy. And I like the Kraken dice because they come with all those extra D6s too.
Yeah, and don't they sometimes do like the extra big D20 and then like a smaller
They
one?
do usually,
Yeah.
yeah. If you pay
Wait,
for the extra bigger
Wait, hold
set.
on. No, I ran away from my table here, and then I heard Kraken dice. Don't fucking buy Kraken dice.
Why?
They look
already
really
have.
good. They look really good. I own probably out of 8 sets of them. They all roll like shit.
Mine roll really good.
Do
Travis
they?
and I both have a set.
Dude.
Yeah, we only have 1 set though.
I've got like 8 sets. I've got the one that came with who has the 2 giant D20, all that shit, man.
Yep.
Because
And
I
they
was
come with
like,
the
every time
bag.
they release
Yeah.
something for like 4 months, I was like infatuated with Kraken. I was like, I want all that shit. I got like, dude, I've got like a stack of those fucking stickers they send you.
Yeah, I
And
was
then I
gonna
was
say
like,
I have
now
a
I'm
big
like-
sticker on my whiteboard.
And then I'm like, I can't waste another $1 with these motherfuckers. Those dice do not fucking roll well, man. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just me.
I have since we have the extra bags, of course, Travis doesn't like the light blue and like baby blue and baby pink bags that they come with, so I have his bag too. But I use them for my headphones. They're like the most perfect size bag
Oh,
for
yeah.
like headphones. Oh yeah,
I
exactly.
love all
That's the
the shit
exact
that
one
you-
I have, Lex. I have that
Yeah,
one.
it's so good.
It's a Kraken wearing a bow. It's too much. It's like so kawaii style. It's awesome.
I love everything they do, but fuck, man, I cannot use. I've got all the special. I have like
Someone in the
like,
warehouse hates you. Someone in the warehouse has been cursing your
They're
shipments.
like, "Ooh, this is-"
every set rolls horrible. I have no idea what the fuck it is.
They're right here in Chula Vista in San Diego. I got mine in a day.
Fuck, man.
That's the only
Damn
cool
it. I
thing
really
they
love
come-
Kraken dice. Like I really love Kraken dice, but fuck, they don't roll for shit. And you know what? I got a friend of mine who they bought a bunch of sets. They own like 15, 20 different sets. Like they're ridiculous with it. It's absolutely obscene. All of them roll like shit.
Really?
Yeah,
I have
dude.
some that have like glittery moons in them. They're like the summer solstice because I always celebrate the
Oh, those
season
are cool.
changes.
Yeah, yeah.
And they actually are really awesome. Like
And they
And
roll
Travis
good
has
though?
one too.
Fuck,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'll have to ask Travis. Trav, what character was it you played those with? You can't hear me. We're usually close enough we can yell at each other in the house.
I think they're all upstairs. Yeah, they're all upstairs.
They're cool.
I got a fucking
They're really
box
good
full of that
quality.
shit.
Load.
Yeah.
I am jonesing for these dice so bad, but they're more expensive than I usually spend on dice. They've been sitting in my Amazon wish list for like ages.
I
Are
wish
they
I could
acrylic
actually
dice?
see these. I do love the giant D20.
The giant D20s are so, I love them so
They're
much.
fun.
I have horrible luck with them.
And Travis let me have his little tiny D20. He's like, I'm never gonna use this. So now, like, I have one of each, and I'm gonna make earrings out of them because they're so cute. The
The
tiny-
mini,
yeah.
the mini sets.
Yeah, the little tiny. Because when
I
you
once-
order the ones with like 14 pieces, you get a big giant D20 and a little tiny one too.
No, have you ever seen like the full sets of the mini dice?
No, oh my gosh.
Like,
precious.
yeah, like it's a complete set, but they're so tiny. And I knew someone once who played, I think it was like a necromancer wizard, where their familiar was a bat, and anytime the bat had to roll, they rolled on the tiny dice, and it was the cutest shit ever.
That's amazing. I've seen, because when I used to play Magic with like planeswalkers and stuff, you have like a lot of D6s that you use. So I bought like a whole set of mini D6s that were like adorable from the Magic shop. So I've seen like mini ones, but I didn't realize like, of course, they make whole sets. Who paints those? That's what I want to know.
Someone who probably isn't paid enough.
Right? Yeah, probably. Yeah. Like the IKEA furniture makers. Oh, yeah.
Man, that's like the thing is, sure, it was awful getting up towards my master's exam, but I was so retail therapied out the wazoo. Now I'm like, no, I can't. I really can't. I shouldn't.
Right? I'm just lucky I'm so broke right now, or else I'd have everything. Not gonna happen. All those
Oh my
dice.
God, I'm waiting for that tattoo artist to get back to me. So I'm like, I shouldn't. I can't.
That's gonna be a cool tattoo.
I'm like hoping, because it's like she said like, oh, at least a week to hear back, and it's been like, I feel like it's only been a week, but it feels much longer in my head.
Feels longer every day.
Yeah. And I'm like, did I send like a stupid email? I don't know. Did I? I don't think I did, but you know, the anxiety.
Yeah.
I'm like, did I somehow insult her in my email explaining the design that I wanted?
I doubt it. She's probably just busy. A lot of people are getting tattoos again because they all like got that California Golden State stimulus finally.
Yeah, and right, I heard when I got this tattoo, I basically spent the entire time talking to the tattoo artist to ignore the pain. And she was telling me that summer, she said, was a good point to get them, because no one, you know, in winter you get them, you don't have to worry about the sunlight, so everyone's getting them, you know, in the autumn. Because I got this one in May, but so many Mays ago, but
right. That's true, huh?
Yeah, so it's probably that I'm here at like the busiest time of year. Like, hi, are you available? Here in my time.
I didn't even think about that like non-summertime is the best time. Because like it's hard. When I got my feet done, I got like the whole tops of my feet covered. So it's like a mission, to be honest. Trying to find shoes that actually work, like flip-flops cut right into it. Those are always the hardest.
Oh yeah.
To wear. That's the worst tattoo I got by far. The feet, they hurt so bad. The rest weren't too bad. The feet were horrible. It feels like your toes are getting sawed off.
Are we talking about bad tattoos or tattoos that hurt?
Tattoos
that hurt, and now these tattoos on my feet are bad tattoos now because I got color tattoos on my feet when I was 19. So now they're all faded.
Yeah, that's gonna be a bad time for you.
They're faded now. The lining is okay, but now they're faded. They used to be like pink flower. One, it was a pink flower, and there's no color in the flower anymore.
So I've got in just this box, I think this is 4 different Kraken sets, right? So I got like the cotton candy ones.
Ooh, I've seen that one. Oh, I want that one.
The cotton candy ones. I've got these vampire-y ones.
Ooh.
Oh, dude, I think those are the ones that Travis wanted. Then they were like, there's.
And then I've got both versions of the whatever the ice blue ones were, right? I forget whatever they were. I forget what they're called. None of them fucking roll good.
Not I don't unsubscribe their emails.
I mean, look at how many dice are in here. None of this shit.
Oh, hey, that's the dice tray I almost got.
And I've got like all the other sets. They're just in like a big dice bag because I was like, fuck these dice. I just put them in a dice bag.
Dice bag of shame.
I do have these cool little elven ones that are like, they're not Kraken though, but they've got like, they're clear, but they have elven writing on them. They're super dope though.
Demetria, what'd you get for your initiative?
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20, nice. Eldricon. Eldricon, what you got? Or maybe he's not there. I know I just hopped back on, so maybe I'll give her. But I'll go around. Elric, what'd you get? Is Elric there? Nope. Sean's. We'll wait for everybody to get back.
All right. 21.
Sweet. I always think that I'm the one holding everybody up, so I imagine everybody's already there. So no, that's no worries.
Got distracted with Kraken, and then these animals.
Kraken, yeah.
Excuse me, chick. This is our time.
Elric, what did you get? Ravi, maybe? Let's go with Ravi. Is Ravi there? Is that right?
Are we all rolling initiative? Sorry.
Yes, everybody's rolling initiative.
13.
Yeah. After your friend hits the ground, you can kind of see the silhouette of Elric tussling above as he gets pulled away and is no longer where you can see him on the rooftop. 13 for Ravi. Burfoot?
16.
16, nice. And then Amnon. Oh, Amnon's not here today, so we'll just put him.
Aw, sad face.
Yeah. And so when Sean's back, we'll put Sean in there and we'll be ready to go. I can always adjust that.
Did you get my 2?
Oh, you got 2.
I can't wait to go last.
Add you here.
Was that a Kraken dice? I'm just kidding.
Hit me with the 2.
We fucking stumbled into this combat. Like,
Yeah, we did.
if the plan could go any worse, I don't know if it could have.
It was
Yeah, this
rough.
is
I was
pretty
like,
awful.
oh my goodness, they're just.
We split the party without the message spell. Like, what the fuck?
So good.
Right, when Sean was like, "Do I have it's message spell, feather fall, all of the shit we've learned to rely on, we don't have anymore."
So
Accurate. I love that Demetria just like fucking broke the door down.
Lock
Like me,
picks.
Brittany,
picks are
and
for chumps.
Burfoot both love
Dude.
that shit collectively.
All
And
I
there's
wanted
nothing
to
you
do was
can
pick a
do
lock.
at that moment. You can't like decide like, hey, no, I was really gonna try to lockpick. Like,
Yeah.
she's busting that shit
she's
down.
done. Yeah, she was already.
It's
Yeah, it's a wrap.
She's like, "I got the all clear. I don't know what the holdup is."
I like that we do that with these characters though. We're like, they're so new, and we're so
yeah,
like,
they're
we're way
like,
less careful. Damn, we're just fucking cruising in hard everywhere.
There was something
Whoa.
like the dynamic in the last group ended up working its way out where we had the people that were off the rails, we had the people who kept them on the rails, and we like had that like from getting to Bahamut's palace, we had that down. You know, the dynamic was evened out. But now we're all like, okay, wait, she busts down the door. Okay, no, wait, she pulls a dagger on the guardsman.
Yeah, fuck.
Just
No
a bunch of
stopping.
fucking cowboys out here, man.
Wild
Holy
cards.
Wild cards.
I love it.
all right.
Yeah, the emotionless robot should not be the voice of reason.
I'm sorry to say, Jameson. But I think that's how it's shaking out.
I really want 4 or 5 months from now, like at some point we cross the dude who picked up Burfoot and we get to kill that motherfucker. Dude, I was so offended when he picked her up by her ears. That
I
shit
know.
fucked me up. That,
It
no,
was
that
hard
shit-
to
yo,
Dude, it was hard to stay in character there. Like, I don't really know Burfoot, but it was like,
if it was any other character that I was playing, it would have been on like Voltron right there.
yeah,
They're
dude.
about to die today. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, bro,
Right.
that is good.
Dude, you
Everybody
picked
has
her
a
up by the
fucking
ear, bro.
You're like, all these level 7 guards about to tear these kids
Yeah.
up.
Oh.
No regrets.
Dude, the visual is just so gnarly, man. I can't get it out of my head. This little rabbit.
But then
person
there's
held up
the
by
dagger.
ear.
It sounds so cute though. Like
It does.
Call me a bunny again.
So true. Like, she's so little. How far can her reach? be?
Right? Like if he's holding her out at arms,
And then it's like this little knife. It's like, what are you doing?
He's like pulling the cat bunny kick, like trying to kick me, like, I'll fucking kill you.
I kind of saw him doing like he saw like he caught like a kid, like a street urchin. He would have picked
the
him up by the scruff and then like you know kind of put him down. So he didn't like toss or anything like that, but he just snatched her up, you know, and like walked her out of the.
She is little. I chose small. Like, it gives you the option to be medium, and I was like, "Fuck that! This
No,
is way
no.
too cool to be
Small.
a
I
small."
love,
That's us.
I love the
Amen.
commitment, though.
Yeah,
That's why I made that's why I'm like, sure, Aramis is medium because he has to be, but he's on the short end of medium because it's so much more fun.
yeah. To be tiny savages, I love it.
Yeah.
Sean, what'd
smaller
you
the
get for your
10. Sorry, I'm late.
Okay, now you're good. Let me
Damn,
try to
Sean,
put
half of
that-
us have already died, and you're only
Holding up
showing
the
us.
whole game.
Stop, too real.
So
Oh, you know what, Machina? Wait, I don't know why this just popped in my head. Yeah, Machina is going to be the voice of reason. He's the moral GPS, and that's what he's here for.
Moral GPS. I like that.
all right, so if we're hopping back in this,
Unintended.
since you guys, yeah, I know, right? Since you guys are stumbling into this
Oh
fight,
boy.
we're just going to. It's also still dark in this room, so I'm going to kind of describe things as they happen within the turn. So, kicking us off at the top, as you see, Robbie just comes slamming down like on the ground. He's like on his back, and he kind of like rolls over from the hurt, and you can tell that something's happening up top with Elric. Demetrius just kind of look inside and can see that there are bodies everywhere. She suddenly starts to see the shadows kind of moving and start to see those figures revealing themselves, starting to step out. Eldricon, you're still outside, so I just have you kind of close to Dimitri here. But what do you want to do?
Well, without using my action to make a perception check, what do I see in terms of enemies? I know I just saw Ravi fall.
Yep. So if you were to look up, you see the one figure that he immediately steps back after throwing him. But you saw like a glimpse of that beaked rogue-ish character, hooded, step away from the ledge. Unless you step inside, you don't see anything right now else. You can hear some scuffling on the rooftops, and that's all you can see unless you like enter the actual room.
Fuck. Okay. I will head inside the doorway and use my action to perceive.
All right. So as you look around, I mean, actually, won't take your action to perceive. I think.
Right on.
What I'll say is that since you have to kind of be slower to react, I will give you disadvantage on anything that you do. And so you can see that there are those figures stepping out of the shadows, like ready to do battle. These long beaks in the head, these kinku, these like almost like raven jet black colored figures. And as your eyes are using your dark vision to adjust around this room, you see the bodies all over the floor, which were most likely, Zentrum. But without further investigation, that's just maybe what you're thinking. What do you do?
If he's stepping inside the room, almost like to, I guess, hide himself from whatever battle is going on outside.
Oh, are you trying to hide? I thought you were stepping in. You're trying.
No. I'm just for RP. He's like going to hide himself, and then sees those two figures.
Got it. So he kind of steps back to the side. Yeah.
And if he sees that they're threatening, and which they obviously probably are,
They're moving
dead bodies. He's just gonna try to toss a firebolt at one of them, and that's at disadvantage.
At disadvantage, yeah.
Right on. Just straight ahead of him, the one straight ahead of him.
Okay.
Oh, that's an 11.
Oh my goodness. Jeez, can't find my. That does miss as the creature kind of like dives behind starts running, and the fire boom, like slams into one of the crates and explodes as the creature kind of runs and like leaps off of one of the walls, like backflips a bit and keeps moving.
He just says to himself, "Fuck," and that's his turn.
It's his turn. As he's done, Dimitri is right behind him as he slipped right past her. What does she want to do? So
where's can you point out where Tempe and Ravi are for me?
They're on the roof right now, and Ravi's on the ground, and yeah.
I ran over to Ravi.
Okay, so you're right here.
And so there's someone. Is there someone by Ravi that I can attack, or is there?
Yeah, so there are two. There are the two figures. They're like they're literally standing in the shadows, but you can see them directly ahead of you. No one you can see outside because whoever threw Ravi off was on the roof and is probably still on the roof.
Okay.
So you,
Demetria's gonna turn back, gonna see Ravi, see Tempe at Ravi's side, going to give Tempe, a battle look like you've got him, I've got guys in the sights, and then she is going to enter the room and she's going to try and close with one of the shadowy figures and attack with a Morning Star.
so she's trying to close. This is the one that was running towards Eldricon or trying to dodge. She catches that one in movement, and can make an attack.
Make an attack with the Morning Star.
Malcolm loved the Arcane soundtrack.
Oh, thanks, man.
That's a 15.
That will hit.
Okay, cool. So that's 6 points of piercing damage.
So, and you're using the what weapon do you use?
Morning Star.
Morning
So
Star.
spike
So
ball.
it just that ball spell smacks the creature in the face, and damn near kills it as it kind of collapses on the ground and kind of barely is able to dodge the second. You didn't really have a second blow, but almost like as you continue through with it, it's able to get back to its feet, but it is really hurt.
And then I don't really have a bonus action, but for a bonus action, can Demetria say as loudly as possible, trying to address anyone else who might be in the room?
That's a free action, yeah. So you can
Free
say
action.
something, yeah.
They'll say, "Stand down, and you won't be hurt."
All right. So she says that. You want to give me an intimidation check with that?
Of course, she is proficient in that. Intimidation +4. What is that? 17.
17. 2 that are in the room. Okay, so we'll see how they respond. Burfoot is up.
Wait, isn't
I have you. I'm sorry. I have you right here, in the general area outside. Here is our boy Tempe. Ravi just fell out of the sky. The door is there leading in. Dimitri's in there.
Machina's before me.
Who
Yeah,
was before
I got
you?
a 17.
Yeah, I'm right after Machina. I think I rolled a 16.
I don't know why Machin is not on my. D&D Beyond did not add you. Let me see. Yeah, you're 17. You said.
Yes, sir.
All right. So there. Okay, so Machina, you are now up, and you are here next to Burr, and then our draconic character who's not here today will be just standing there. But here you are.
Cool. So I'm charge inside because my last directive was fight and struggle to survive. So fight he shall.
So as the two step out of the shadows, what you also realize, there's the one that Dimitri is fighting. There's another right in this general area that's right there in the shadows that hasn't moved out yet. And then as you look upstairs and your little monocle, you adjust, you notice that one has stepped onto the catwalk that is up here, that is looking down on you as well.
Now, is that a staircase up to the catwalk?
That is a staircase up there, yes. So you've moved 15 feet to get inside. So 5, 10, 30 would get you right to the bottom of the stairs. If you're trying to go up, then I would just put you at your end of your movement at where the creature is, if that's what you're trying to do, unless you're going with range or something.
Yeah, I'll go with range before I close in.
Got it. So move you back there.
Let's see. So for my action, I'll pretty much swing my and a fireball will come out.
Okay. This flame flickers, fires out towards the creature.
That'll be at disadvantage if I need to roll a second die. 15 and a 16 plus 5, so that'll be 20.
That's going to hit.
Oop. And as a bonus action, my character's eyes will turn red, and like when you turn on a really old computer and it goes just a noise like that starts emanating.
Nice.
There's a little bit of dust come out of his mouth.
What was the damage?
I did not roll for damage. That's
Yeah.
probably something I should do. Where's my D10? Here it is. Only a 6 damage.
6. So take it. Again, another heavy blow from the fire. It starts to try to pat it out. It slams against there. There seems to be like an office space up there that it kind of slams against as it's like rolling across the wall, trying to put the flame out, but it is still alive. But pretty dramatic hit there. Anything else you're gonna do? Otherwise, we move to Burfoot. All done, Machina? Did I lose him?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Sorry, I was blowing my nose.
No worries. Burfoot, you're up.
Okay, I'm gonna it's hard. So right beyond the wall, like I want to go in the door and to the right. There's nothing there, right? In that little corner.
In this little corner?
Yeah.
Nothing there. It's just literally like
Okay,
the doorway.
I want to go in there and like kind of tuck in there.
Okay.
And from there, can I see the people like on the catwalk?
Yes, you can. Down the catwalk, and the two, one that Dimitri is fighting, and then the one that has not moved from under the shadow yet. Who is there?
Okay. The one that's at the top of the stairs, I'm gonna hunter's mark it.
Okay.
Bonus action. And then I'm gonna have Grom come in kind of just like right next to me.
Use this. I know it's not my normal hunter's mark, but yep.
And then I'm gonna shoot that one.
All right. Let the arrow fly.
Does 14 hit?
14 does hit.
Okay, awesome. So let me give you. Do you want me to give you just all the damage total?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna also have Grom infuse that bite, or sorry, infuse it with his ability. What's it called? It has a name, but I can infuse it with lightning. So that plus the hunter's mark. Let's say 3.
So the arrow is infused with a lightning.
With lightning, yeah. So and then
Okay.
hunter's mark as well. So I'm gonna give you the total.
Yep.
Total. 8. So 18 total damage.
Whew, and I'd just been hit by the flame. It was just finished putting out the fire from Machina. As it looks down, it's like, ah, God! Before it can say anything, that arrow slams into it, lighting electricity starts to flame up again. Is there anything you want to add to it? Because that's it for it. How do you want to add
Just
to that?
like I feel like since it has like such pretty black feathers that like they're almost like sparkling with lightning.
Yeah.
Like goodness. Yeah.
Yep. Collapses over Western movie style, falling over the railing to the ground. You can move your hunter's mark.
I think I have to do it on my next turn.
Oh, on your next turn. Okay. So
yeah. So I'll eventually move it. But yeah, thanks.
Yep.
I'll do that next turn.
As Burr finishes up, the creature that had just been hit by Dimitri tries to fight back. Looks like it has this weapon. Yeah, it's a blade. All right, so not gonna hit with a 13 to Dimitri. So it's like you guys, she's like blocking it, moving back and forth. This thing can't get a shot in. The one that is in the shadows steps out. Actually, it stays where it's at, but I mean, just kind of revealing it a bit. Kind of stays where it's at. It has this kind of short bow. It's very decorative. Pulls that thing out and fires. Fires at. I'm gonna do 50-50. It's either firing at Machina or Burr. 1 through 10. It's gonna be Machina. 11 through. So it's gonna fire at Machina. Uh, 14 doesn't hit you, so I know, right, Machina?
I'm sitting at a nice 19 right now.
Okay, so that will miss. Then, let's see. One of them is dead. And then suddenly, there is, you can feel that scuffling on the ceiling, and then through the skylight, both one of the Kenku holding on to Elric goes flying in, and you both land on like one of the on the like the beams, like the kind of the cross beams, and are able to slide off and drop to where you're like right here in the middle on the catwalk, and that creature will attack.
Bring it.
22.
Oh, jeez.
But
Don't
only
bring it. Stop bringing it.
5 points of slashing damage.
Okay. Not good. Still not good.
As that is happening, the creature continues to fight with you. We move to Ravi, slowly standing back up or being helped up by Tippy.
Yeah, it's probably like super kind of a little bit disoriented.
Yeah,
I gotta get in there. So he just kind of like hobbles to the door. Can I do a perception check to see if I can see Elric fighting up on the catwalk?
Yeah, I want to make you do it in person. I think it's pretty obvious. As you look in you see the whole. As you look in, you kind of pan around. You see all the fights happening. You know, the one shooting from the corner, Elric up on the catwalk. You know, it's still, it's still of course still dark, but enough of that moonlight is there for you to kind of see the movement. Like, especially because if they were steel, it would be very difficult. But like everyone's moving.
Okay. Then I'm going to shoot him with my short bow.
Okay. The one that's fighting Elric.
Does an 11 hit?
That just misses. It lands in the wall, right between both of them as they were both like swinging. They both both the Kinku and Elric have a surprised look on their face.
And then I'm gonna bonus action hide.
Okay. And so are you hiding into the room, or are you kind of stepping up?
I'm gonna hide in the room.
In the room. So we'll put you behind one of the crates over here.
And then I got a 19 for stealth.
Okay. I'm only gonna do the lower floor. Just the people that are down there. It'll be really difficult for them. Not gonna. One more. You are hidden. Cool. So as Ravi hides, tucks away, we move to Elric. Up top.
So I'm just gonna retaliate against this guy over here and just kind of spit some blood on the ground and just say, "What, is that all you got? No wonder the Xanthar's guild is mopping the streets with you." And then cast Vicious Mockery.
And as you say that, you hear your voice. It mimics your voice back and goes, "Is that all you got? Is that all you got?" Vicious Mockery. It is.
Wisdom 13.
Save. Yep. Oh, complete fail with a 2. So
yeah,
give them all that Vicious Mockery.
It takes a full 4 psychic damage, and it gets disadvantage on the next attack roll it makes. So what I will do is run out of its range and come down toward the staircase.
Nice.
As far as I can. So if it gets attack of opportunity, it'd be disadvantage, I think.
Fair enough. I also forgot my last Kinku who would have gotten attack who would be next to you. So if you want to change anything, you can, but there would be one jumping in behind him, landing down behind you, and would be striking. So you would be in combat with 2. So if you do move away, you would have two of them fighting.
I'll try to get out of there. That
okay.
Like a bad place.
Are you jumping off the railing, or are you going around the catwalk towards where the stairs?
Oh, does it look like I can jump off? Yeah, I'll jump off the railing. Why not?
Yeah, I'll give you the short so that he would have attacked on his first turn. Originally, I just forgot about him. He got a 10, so you did not get hit.
Great.
We're moving away now. You said so. The one that got Vicious Mockery has disadvantage, right?
Yes.
30. So 30 gets you about right here.
Can I Yeah. Okay. I was the one to jump down.
Tell me if. Oh, you were gonna jump. I'm sorry. Give me your acrobatics.
Yeah.
And I got an 18 on that. So disadvantage. Hold on. I didn't roll the second one. I don't think. I got 2 18s.
Oh.
Back to back. So I think you were hit with another short sword slash of only 1, so 4 damage.
Okay.
And then the other one takes its opportunity of attack as well. And you would take that for 22 for another short sword.
That might take me out.
So 5 on that.
Yeah, that takes me out.
So as you leap off, you feel that slash across your back, and you just collapse and slam down into a bunch. So Robbie's sitting there hiding in the shadows, and he sees Elric hit down and kind of slide off. And one of the crates falls over, and there's a bunch of like old fruit that kind of like falls over your body.
Which is
And it's down. If Elric is done, then we are at the top of the round 3 with Eldricon.
Wait,
yeah, 'cause-
Tempe didn't go.
Yes, sir. Sorry, Tempe.
Elric.
Tempe with his nat.
Sorry,
Tempe
Tempe.
with his
Yeah,
nat
yeah.
My
You should have
nat
been
two, you
last.
just forgot about
it's
me.
the 2, man. It's the 2. Yeah, you're there. So Tempe, get in there. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna run in and cast. No, I can't do any of that.
So 5, 10, 15
I
gets you
feel
in the
like
door.
I helped him to. I helped Ravi get up and over there, right?
Yeah,
So I can't be that far
choose
outside.
that. No, you're not far outside. You're like 10 feet outside of the door.
All right.
You see the same thing that everything is happening. So
So what? If I bust in there, who's in there though? Like who's here at the bottom? That's Dimitri, right?
Demetria is right here fighting. Right here next to you, this is Machina. And then this is Eldricon. And then Burr.
Oh,
And
so
then
everybody's
Robbie's
in this
hidden.
corner right now, right?
Yeah, everyone's kind of in the corner.
What's
Okay.
on the? Can I make it into the room far enough to near an enemy?
With 15. No, not with the melee, not without rushing, not without dashing and losing your action.
Can I go as far as I can then? And then where's the
Yeah.
closest enemy that's there?
Right here or right here. Actually, no, you can make it to. It's difficult terrain. I can't.
Yeah. Like
I
I would
can't
have
give
to
it to
jump
you.
over stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't give it to me. That's okay. So I'll get to there and I'll bonus action, use a superiority die, and I will quick toss one of my daggers at whatever enemy is down there. I don't care. Whatever bird I see.
Okay. Go for it. So now you might be able to see a little bit better.
All right. So that is a 15.
Do you want to toss at the one that Demetrius fighting, or at the one
Yeah,
that's
sure.
got the bow in the corner?
That's
Or
oh,
there's 2
shit.
upstairs that just took out Elric.
Damn.
There's 2. There's like 4 of them right now.
I
1,
think
2,
I would
3,
go.
4.
I would go. Where's the one with the bow? Can you point to him?
Demetria has hurt her guy, so I'm sure, right, Demetria? Yeah. So that one's hurt. That was probably the one that looks the closest to hurt. The rest of them must be looking over. So one with the bow is over here, and then there's 2 up here that just took out Elric, and Elric
Well, that
dropped
one with the
him.
bow is behind Demetria, right? Or oh no, it's in front of her to the left, right?
Yes.
I'll throw it at that dude.
Okay. Go for it.
'Cause she doesn't need my protection. She can handle herself. 15 was it 15, right? That hit?
15 hits.
Hit? Okay. Of course, the damage is bullshit on these fucking daggers.
A D4. A
Six.
D4
Oh,
is better than
six.
nothing.
6 damage, but I get to add my superiority die, right? Which is a
Okay.
D8.
Yeah, you can.
So 9 damage.
9. So you fire. You're launching an. You said an arrow.
No, a dagger.
A dagger. Oh, the dagger. Yes, it's a little D4. So you add the superior dice. That's how I got so strong.
Yeah.
So you launch this dagger, and it goes like slow motion, like flying through the air, and slams right in this creature as it's like into its shoulder, breaking its quiver, like it's that it was trying to pull back, and so it's like frustrated but still alive, but hurt.
That's fine. He can't get that shot off. That's good.
Yep. So good moment there, Tempe. You got him with some damage, or does that end it for you?
Yeah, that's all I got.
Now, Eldricon, you are
So there's still those 2 Kenku on the catwalk, yeah?
Yep.
I'm going to use a sorcery point to twin the Chromatic Orb Spell.
Okay.
I'll choose fire,
Okay.
and as like you see an energy swirling in his draconic hand, the flame ignites into like an orb that is black. It's black flame, and they split into 2, and then he fires them both off at these 2 Kenku.
So they kind of go spinning up there. Okay.
A
It's
10,
a save. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. It's an attack roll.
It's attack roll. Okay. Yeah.
It's a 10 to hit one.
That will miss.
And a dirty 20 to hit the other.
Hits the other. And
13 fire damage.
how do you do it? Because that's going to kill that one.
It'll strike it in its chest, and the black flames will like spread around its body, igniting the feathers and incinerating it.
And then it just and it goes, and you hear it go, no, please, don't. But it's not its voice. It's almost like we're playing the voice of someone else who said that. And it dies.
That'll be its turn.
Victims on the ground.
That one is no more. All right, so one of them is gone. Eldricon has finished casting that chromatic orb. We move to Demetria.
Okay, Demetria hears and sees in her periphery as Elric crashes down from the catwalk and then stays still. And after a moment of consideration, a moment of hesitation, she, still holding her shield up, but she is going to move away. She's going to let that Kenku have an opportunity attack so she can go over to Elric and cast, what is the exact name of the spell? Cure Wounds.
So she's kind of backing away, trying to keep her defenses up, but knowing she's opening herself up, she must get to her friend. Creature makes its attack. Nothing. She's good.
Nice.
And that'll be 5 points of healing to
Sweet.
Elric. I
Thank
imagine
you.
so it's touch, but I imagine she's kind of like half hauling him up, like trying to get him standing, even as she's letting the magic get through his wounds. She's kind of just trying to support him and get him back on his feet with her shield out.
Oh man, thank you.
Thank me later. Thank me when we make it out of here.
Right.
And then that will and then because this sounds fun. I don't know if this is how you're supposed to play a paladin, but it sounds fun. Oh no, you can't do that, you can't do a bonus action spell and an action spell, can you?
No, you can't.
Okay, never mind then.
Yes, but they're 2-leveled spells. Yeah.
Yeah, never mind. Yeah,
okay.
she posts up back to back with Elric with her Morning Star and her shield up.
Nice. Shield goes up. Camera pans over to Machina as his eyes are flickering and rotating. What does he do?
He says, diverting power to legs as I cast Long Strider on myself to give me a bit of extra movement.
Okay.
Then I run up the stairs towards the other Kenku.
Yeah. How far will it take you? You have 30 here.
And I have 40 feet of movement.
And so Long Strider gives you what? Does it double it?
No, it just gives you plus 10. So I have 30,
Plus
and
10.
then it goes...
You have 30, so then you'd be here. Yeah, so 5, 30, 35, 40. Yeah, you're like right there. Anything else? Okay. So you just kind of your like feet are almost like breaking the stairs as they're like heavy thumps and thuds. Is like, you know, putting not breaking them, but like splintering them with each footstep. As you close the distance there, kind of pull back out White Shot down to where Burr is. She's already taken one shot. Now here she stands again, ready to do something.
I love that mini, by the way. It straight up looks like Yoshimitsu, dude.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I haven't finished with it, but it's pretty cool. Only rabbit miniature I had. So it's supposed to be. It's actually it's a miniature of the Easter Bunny from a game called something like Christmas Town is Under Attack. So there's like Jack Frost, and I have like all these miniatures that are from that.
It's awesome.
Yeah. So Burfoot is up.
Okay, so since I did double check, so Hunter's Mark I have to do it on a subsequent turn. So
Okay.
I'm gonna Hunter's Mark that other one that's up on the catwalk.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna shoot that one too. You guys are gonna hopefully you can't hear Hilda yelling. She's a yeller. Does here, sorry. Does a 19 hit?
19 does hit.
Okay, awesome. So then I'm gonna do the same thing of the infused strike because it's just his reaction, just so you know. So it just like recharges, I guess, quote unquote, each turn.
Nice.
So. 15 damage total, and some of that is lightning.
Jeez. So, how do you do it?
So same thing. It's gonna like probably similar to like what Eldritron did, like right in the chest, and then it's gonna like radiate electricity. It might like twitch a little bit, like through its feathers.
Nice. And so hits it and just lightning flashes and feathers, like you said, done. And you could tell that it was already kind of starting to panic as it saw Machina closing in, and then just done, exploded. All right. Does Birdfoot move anywhere, or stay around, kind of load notch another bow?
From this angle, I can't necessarily see, but it doesn't look like any enemies are like getting close to melee with me, correct?
No.
Okay, cool. Then I'll probably just stay kind of tucked in that corner, and then I'll keep Grom close to me, and may send him out. We'll see. So because my eyes are so bad, there's one that's underneath, kind of like what looks like it's underneath. Machina. Okay. And then other than that, how many enemies are left?
There are 2 of them.
Okay.
Right
okay, cool.
now.
Thanks. Yeah.
One that Demetria ran away from is tucked under there as well.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool, thanks.
So we are at it's the Kinku that are left. One of them will this one will run, dash full 60 feet into the corner. Back here it's like under the shadows, gonna move. Okay. So it looks like they're fleeing now. It's like one of them retorts like, "This isn't worth it. Retreat," as it calls out. The second one, with its bowstring broken, it just takes out its dagger and just tosses it at towards Tempe's direction and runs. 11 won't hit you, so it misses as it too is running. Now you can give chase, but it seems to be running back.
When I throw it, I like Matrix a little bit, and then I look where it lands, and then I look back at it.
Nice. So both of them, that one didn't dash. That one did it attacked. So it did like 30 feet. So that's probably the closest one. The other one like ran, and you heard like a bunch of you hear like stuff breaking, and then like you hear like a loud boom, like, and you hear like a door open. This leaves us with Robbie.
Can I still see the one with the bow?
With where you're at, yes. If you stepped out, you could make out the figure still moving. So yes, you can see it.
Cool. I'm gonna attack from hiding.
Okay.
Does a 24 hit?
It does.
I'm gonna add my sneak attack for 13 damage.
How do you avenge being tossed off the roof? This moment.
It's probably nothing too heroic. It's probably he probably just shoots him in the back.
Right in the back. And it's just almost right as he gets to the doorway, it's like, ah! Hey, you see him like stagger and slump over in the doorway there. Gone. All right. So at this moment, with no other combatants really on the board, you guys can, in free time, either can try to get that other one or kind of slow down here to like figure out what's going on. I'll leave that up to the party.
Capture him for questioning. Oh shit, there's some Scottish coming out right now.
Yeah, Machina was gonna pursue him anyway.
Well, if we're
I think
if we're gonna
Demetria
pursue,
will give Elric a pat and then book it.
All right, if we're gonna pursue them, we'll stay in order.
guys got
It should
this.
be
Let's go.
Elric.
Yeah.
Scabby.
I take off too.
Wait, so I still have movement.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna bonus action dash after him.
Okay. All right, so that'd be what 60.
60
feet?
feet.
Yep. So you within the other. So if you from where you're standing. 60. You're like 10 shy. What I'll do is you gotta beat his because you're like running. Give me your not acrobatics, just dexterity check. Dexterity to dexterity.
10.
So as you see these guys, you get out into the alley, you see him just about to disappear. They're in that kind of like the wet street mornings, and you dive and lunge, and you're able to like tackle this Kenku and slam his beak into the ground, where he kind of seems just punch drunk off of the attack, and then collapses forward, knocked out.
Oh, yay!
That oh yay is canon.
Oh yay!
Yeah, you hear an oh yay.
So everything kind of comes down now.
Oh yeah!
The room is quiet. There's no more. You have this one creature knocked out, and you have this room with the bodies. And I'll turn it over to the party.
Then can I try to drag him back inside?
Yeah, kind of hoist him, just bring him back. He's not even too heavy, so you kind of easily drag him in, except leaving feathers everywhere in the street. Brings him back inside.
Can I start looking through the bodies for Floon?
Same. Can I smell? An assistant smell? See
Yeah.
if any of them smell like the blood I was tracking.
Give
Nature,
me a
like
survival
half
check. This one will be a disadvantage because there seems to be so much. There's so much new, like fresh blood. So go ahead, perfect.
And then while they're doing this, I want to pickpocket.
Okay.
Nice.
All the dead bodies. Yeah, Demetria turns to Elric and is like, look at him like, "Are you good?"
I'm just gonna sit on the floor and like tend to my wounds. Just be like, I'm just gonna sit here. You guys got this.
Did that work though? That worked.
Yeah. Thanks. That was great. I don't know how you did that, but I'll take it.
Kind of new to me too. Glad it worked. She'll give him a shoulder pat, and she'll drop with the 1 point of lay on hands.
Oh, nice. All right. Oh, nice.
One more lay on hands.
I got a 25 for that survival check.
Okay. Even as high as that is, you know that blood was here. You don't know if it was flown. It was definitely in this room. There's a but it's not leading you any particular place, and it's not leading you. I will say this: it's not leading you directly to any one of the bodies, Burfoot.
Okay.
All of these, every body that is on the ground, every one of those men has its own distinct smell that is different. Their blood smells different.
Okay, I'll
So,
kind of, yeah.
none
I'll
of them
stop
look
there.
young. None of them looked as the way he was described. His clothing would have been, he wasn't rich, but it wouldn't have been. These guys are kind of dressed like criminals.
And none of them look dressed similar to what that guy described, right? With the
No.
guy with the ring, right? Okay.
None of them is dressed as that way as well. Who I heard Ravi was pickpocketing. As you're going through these men, you find a total. This is, and most of it is not gold. It's actually in silver, but I just like to convert everything to a rough number in gold. Let's make it easy. So I think you find. Take that away.
Are those Demetria's stealing hands?
That's the spirit of Aramis passing through Demetria.
So it's probably like you find about 60 silvers, about 6 gold coins worth that you're able to collect from like stuff that was on the table, stuff that was in the corner, stuff that you're digging out of their pockets. You see them pulling off socks, like emptying them out. There's little coins falling, like little knicknacks coming out of everywhere.
Also, before I forget, can I tie up that Kenku that's not?
Yeah, I was gonna say if Robbie's like moved to money, Eldricon will be like right next to the Kenku.
Nice. So yes,
I would like to retrieve my dagger.
That you can. You find your dagger and retrieve it out of the body of one of the creatures.
So the Kenku's like unconscious, tied up.
Yeah, and it's slowly starting to come to.
So two questions.
Mm-hmm.
One, I know I've been asking this a lot, but does Demetria know anything about Kenku, like what gang they're allied with, or why they might be here? And you can totally nix that, but
yeah, I think that one thing about this group so far, you look at these Kenku, I don't think that it would be in Waterdeep you'd have any idea that like Kenku would be from a certain gang, right? Or any like any other particular race would automatically. But their skills might be good for assassinating, or their mimicry also helps. So you get the feeling this group of Kenku thugs definitely worked together almost as their own unit within. So until you interrogate them, you don't necessarily know who they're working with or working for.
Well, if these are Zent people on the ground, they might be with Xanathar, right?
maybe, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Or there might be opportunists,
or opportunists
picking over the bodies. But Dimitri is going to turn to Eldricon if he's posted up next to our Kenku friend, and she's going to give him a look like, look, you and I haven't gotten along so far. I'm sure you want to do this yourself, but can you try and give me a chance here to handle this?
Oh yeah, his hands up, backs into the darkness because he's not sure what guild they might be associated with.
Dimitri gives him like okay, stay there.
And looks at Dimitri and looks around, and then its neck kind of shimmers for a second, and and you hear a voice coming out of it, but it's clearly not this thing's voice or it's an original voice, and it says, "You don't know who you're messing with."
I think I have kind of an idea, but first things first. And she's going to kind of carefully, telegraphing that she's not going to hurt it, do a side of the head touch, and she'll drop a couple of points of lay on hands on him to try and gain his trust.
So starts to feel some of that warmth. Can I have advantaged persuasion?
Yes, you can. Yeah, that's high advantage. You said persuasion?
Mm-hmm.
Dirty 20.
Nice. So the creature, without even taking a moment, it just goes, eyes look a bit bright, even though kind of dark and shiny, like little black marbles. And it says, you hear a deep orcish accent says, "Xanathar sends its regards." And then then it's suddenly another voice, "Tie up the pretty boy in the back room and follow the signs in the sewers." And then, "No time to loot the place. Just get him to the boss."
So
and it keeps repeating those things. So if you need to hear it again, it'll say it again. Always in the same way, really dark, even though the mannerisms of the Kenku don't match what's being said.
Okay. So it's clearly it's talking, which is good, but what's the vibe of the Kenku? Does the Kenku look frightened?
Kenku looks frightened.
Okay.
It's you get the feeling he's spilling the beans the best way he can. So
sounds right? Tell me if I'm wrong. Pretty boy, these guys had him, took him to your boss, Xanathar. Yeah? All right. Sewers, get us to him? Yes?
Yeah. He kind of closes his eyes for a second. And then like a voice comes out. I can show you if you'd like.
Can I insight check his intent? If he will show us or has any like underlying nefarious notion.
Sure. Inside
Yeah,
check.
can I give him the help action
Mhm.
or do my own?
What do you think? Help or nah?
Or you want me to roll my own?
Oh, help. Just to give you good advantage.
Yeah,
Right
cool.
on. Dirty 20?
Okay. The fear in the creature's eyes say that, I mean, from what the fact you just had with them, while they could be dangerous if they scored, especially from their ability to surprise, without groups and numbers, the only thing you could think of is if it was going to lead you to an ambush. But from what Demetria has shared, that does sound, her correlations sound correct. And you realize the king who used other people's voices, which someone else actually said these things. So it's highly unlikely that he could gain any kind of advantage from showing you to the sewers. But whenever dealing with, there's always a small chance
If
he could try to
we,
play you.
if
I'm gonna
there's,
look just from
if there's
behind
signs in the
Kenku,
sewers, we
I'll
don't
look
need any
to
help. Thanks.
Yeah. I'll just look to you, Demetria, and nod from behind the Kenku.
Demetria shakes her head though, because Demetria doesn't want to take this guy with him. If we have these signs in sewers, he doesn't need to be involved. Right?
I don't want to go.
He doesn't want to. Okay.
Tempe
Just leave.
Demetria in agreement.
But we can't just leave him or else he can go tell the others.
Tempe signals to Demetria to kill him.
You promise no
He
death.
says we should kill him.
Damn it. The
Damn.
lockdown.
Demetria sort of makes a sign towards Tempe, like, I've got this. And she sort of grabs the Kenku by the scruff of his neck, and she's going to drag him out the door into the street. And then when she's out on the street,
He's all
like
tied up.
lit by that single torchlight, she's going to look him in the eye, and she's going to say, I was in your place once. It's an awful, killing for a living place to be. You don't need to do this. If you can get out of this city, get out of living like this, it'll be better for you. That's why I'm here instead of hanging by my neck by a rope. And she's going to show him the Bahamut symbol on her shield. Following him saved me from living like you. This is your second chance. And she's going to take a dagger and she's going to cut his bindings and she's going to let him go.
He got kind of like flop, like hops up and down a couple times, even though they don't fly. He's kind of like shakes his hands, like his arms flaps
Little
them,
wings.
being free. And then he just kind of gives you a nod. Kind of trying to find the many things in common he's heard. And he just says, "Thank you kindly. Thank you kindly." And then just slowly like walks away, real timid, and then just takes off running as quickly as he can.
Demetria wishes for a moment that she actually knew more. She's like thinking about what Burfoot said about Paladine, because she really doesn't know that much about Bahamut anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And she like wishes for a second, like, I wish I knew some blessing that I could say for this guy. But she doesn't. So after like a kind of moment of feeling kind of like, oh, right, I don't know anything, she's gonna pull her shoulders back and go back inside with the others, like, it's done.
Hearing the moment when he said, like, tie the pretty boy up in the back room, is there a back room? I would search to see if there's a back room within this warehouse somewhere.
Yeah. So as you give me a investigation check.
Can I aid her in that? I would look for that back room.
Okay, so you have advantage on the check.
Thank you. That went from a 4 to an 18. What did you
Okay.
say it was which is just an 18.
As you walk around, you find kind of picking through all the broken junk and shrapnel and from the fight and weapons and broken glass. Before you even go upstairs, you notice that under the stairs, behind the stairs, there's a little storage closet. And when you open it, kind of kick it in, it's kind of full of loose, broken. It's very cramped. There's a bunch of like mops and stuff in there, and smelly, strong kind of fish and vinegar scent. It's a bunch of discarded rope and splintered wood and barrels and stuff like that. And then one of those, like, behind one of those barrels is one of those mops kind of moves and hits the side of the other side of the small, only like about 3 foot in, from one side to the other. You see a set of like green eyes and a kind of a dirty face kind of looking at you like it was like someone is hiding there.
I'll knock a bow and say, "Show yourself."
Please don't. Please don't. I'll do whatever you say. I'll give you whatever you want, even though I don't have. I'll do whatever you say. I don't. And then you see that he has a ruffled, kind of blonde hair. Like you said, those green eyes. Attractive young male. Boyish looks. What is it that you want?
Does this sound like the described like ring bearing guy that Zoblob told us about?
Yes.
Okay.
But not Flume.
But not Flume, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then I'm gonna tell him, come out from there. We won't hurt you yet.
He kind of steps out. He's like disheveled, grimy. He's got a nice, like, what was a nice fancy kind of probably pretty high quality blouse is kind of torn up. He's got a couple of like cuts on his face, his nose, like he's been manhandled a bit. Yeah. He starts to look around the room and see all the disarray. Are you here to save me?
Where's Floon? Where did they take him?
I don't know. They said they were taking him to their hideout. We got jumped by a few nights ago, and they were trying to get information out of us, and they decided to separate us to get it. They're looking for money they believe my father embezzled. And you start to notice, Elric, you recognize the young man as you start to look closely under all that dirty, the eyes. You realize it is Raynar, Neverember, and he is a high noble from Neverwinter who is son of a very powerful noble, and he's basically telling you that he believes he was kidnapped to find information on his father, and they were trying to beat it out of him. He says, my father they believe he embezzled a large amount of money while he was the open lord, and that he hid the dragons somewhere in the city. Now, when they say dragons are what the coinage and what the currency is called in Waterdeep. He says, they think they can find it by using an artifact, the Stone of Galore, which was in the hands of the Xanathar Guild until recently. Apparently it was stolen. This is with the back and forth that I heard. The Zentrum thought I knew something about it, but I don't. My father and I haven't spoken for years. And then earlier this evening, these bird creatures come in and start tearing the place apart. I was able to run. I feel so bad, but I had to hide. I had to stay quiet. They mistook Floon for me.
Did he say his name out loud to the group already, or I would imagine my character would just say it out loud, like, "Oh, that's Raynar and Neverember."
Yeah,
he didn't say that. Okay.
How many of us are you going to allow to insight check if he knows more about the Stone of Galore than?
Only one of you.
Does somebody else want to do it?
Only because I'm going to tell you almost surely that he doesn't know as much as his father would.
Also, so real quick that I'm getting this correct in the notes, it is that Xanathar is looking for... Wait, because it was the Zentrim got him in the first place. So the Zentrim are looking for this money cache that is hidden. Okay.
Yes, and to find it, they believe that this stone will lead them to it. Apparently from the conversation I've heard over the past few days that it was stolen from Xanathar first. So I assume that these assassins came tonight to get me, thinking maybe I would knew where it was hidden.
So our buddy Floon, wherever he is, this is me, Cheryl, asking, our buddy Floon is still in Zentrim hands.
And he said that they think that Floon is him. He said they've mistook for him.
Right.
These are all Zentrim that jumped us. Those guys tonight, they kept saying something about Xanathar.
Xanathar. So Xanathar has Floon.
I'll cut his findings with my dagger.
Thank you. He rubs his wrist. Does anybody have any fresh water? That would anything for.
Dimitri will give him a water skin.
Yeah, he's really banged and beat up. He's drinking some of the water, and starts to collect himself.
She'll use her last point of lay on hands on this dude because she would. Just as their hands touch, as she hands him the water skin, she'll drop the 1 point of a
1 point at a time. Huh?
1 point. That's all she has left is the 1 point. I was gonna hold on to it because I can pop someone up from dead, but no, she'll give him.
This guy's gonna think point. He had a moment right now, man. That's it. He fell in love at that point, right?
He's all like soft focused looking at Dimitri. It cuts to her like, oh, dude smells.
Yeah,
the Xanathar has Floon, right?
Yeah, I think they mentioned something about after they had killed all the Zentrum thugs, the king who were making voices. I kept hearing them talk about the sewers, going back to the sewers, and some marking the symbol that would lead back.
Did you hear where the access point they used to the sewers was?
I understand. I was just trying to survive. It was definitely close because before you showed up, maybe you showed up a few hours after this had happened. I remember hearing them leave out of the back, and it didn't seem like they went far, but what do I know? Maybe these sewers are close by?
How long ago did they end up taking Floon out of here? Because it's been 3 days since he's been out and about.
Oh, that was literally, I would say a couple hours ago, because Floon was here until they smashed in the Xanathar. The Xanathar group murdered all of the Zentrum.
Yeah.
And then took Floon. And then while he was hiding, while Raynar was hiding, they were grabbing Floon, thinking they were grabbing Raynar.
I'm gonna look.
The other group stayed behind just to like camp out and watch the scene, and then you all showed up.
I'm gonna look to the party and say, symbols that guide to me says thieves can't. A language that I do not speak or write. Do any of you know?
Would Demetria know that Ravi probably knows it?
You might know a thing or two.
Well, actually,
Uncle, do you think we got a short rest during this time, or?
I was gonna ask.
It's only been like 20 minutes.
Damn it,
maybe.
That's fine.
Here's more of a quibble for you, Malcolm, is that I have in my backstory that Demetria was a criminal. She does not know thieves' cant for some reason. She has thieves' tools. She has the tools.
Yeah.
Not a successful criminal.
She wasn't the reading kind of criminal. She wasn't the
Yeah,
reading writing.
so maybe
enough.
she just doesn't know it. That's fine. No, I don't think she knows it. Suddenly there's a doof, 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 like these 4 little orbs float outside of the front window. And then whoever's in there, come to the door with your hands up.
I'm already headed
Nope.
towards the
Nope.
back.
Yeah. Audio.
This
Howdy.
No.
is the City Watch.
I'm headed out the back.
Demetria grabs the back of Machina's armor and is like, come on, let's go.
I'll stand next to Renar. I'm sure you can talk us out of this.
No, fuck these guys. We got to break out.
Burfoot is gonna look at Elric like, "Were you this bad? They always show up after everything
Yeah.
happened.
Response time.
These guys are the worst."
All right, I guess we're leaving then.
Is anyone? So you guys are trying to go out the back.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah,
As
try
you-
to
Out the back it is.
leave.
As you guys
Who's in
burst out
there?
the back, there's already a bunch of them
Oh.
surrounding the back and like just standing there. It's kind of starting to rain a bit. Maybe this early morning. And they're like, "Stop right there!" You hear like you can hear like multiple crossbows clicking.
I'm gonna push Raynar forward.
Yeah, good idea.
Yeah, good thinking.
Tell them we saved you. Come
I
on.
am Raynar Neverember here, and these group of adventurers have saved my life. I have been missing. You probably know this. And they go, you just like rumbling. And then, all right, well, yes, let's talk. They immediately the weapons go down, and a grizzled kind of looking watchman steps forward, moves his helmet. He's got a large like black beard. He's got like a slash above the eye that kind of goes diagonal. Pretty nasty cut at one time. And I'm glad you are safe. Your friends have done us justice. I am Elric actually looking at him. If you recognize the other men, you recognize this to be Hyestus Staggett, who is human veteran captain of the City Watch. Not the guy you met earlier. So this guy definitely is like
Higher rank.
Higher rank.
Mhm.
We had received some report of suspicious activity here, and there are other guards barging in behind you as you guys are kind of standing there in the alley and moving around there. What is? Thank you for saving the boy here. He. I'm sure there could even be a special reward in it for you all. We had a call of some suspicious activity in that a group of strange-looking group had come down this way. We were just checking it out. Good. It looks like you. I can't complain after he looks over. You've made good work of the Zentrum.
Oh, that wasn't us, but we took care of the Kenku at least.
Good. Listen, I respect what you've done here. I really do. And my job is to curb violence here in the dock ward, but it's really difficult these days. You must understand. This stuff is happening all over such a violent rate. But what else are we going to do? If the Zentrum and the Xanathar Guild want to destroy each other, why not let them? But
To that.
yeah. It looks like you've yeah, well this hideout is definitely shut down. Well, you've got somewhere to be. I haven't seen you here. We'll go ahead and let you pass. Raynar, we can escort you back. He kind of looks like, I definitely don't want to stay here. And he goes, listen, like I said, good on you for your heroics, but make sure you don't keep committing the bloodshed on my streets. Keep the blood off the streets. And when he says keep the blood off the streets, Elric, you know it to be a term that's used often in the city, like kind of leave it in the sewers, outside the walls, just, like try not to keep it on the streets. And
Gotcha.
he says, just know you are still beholden to the laws within these walls. And just so that you know you understand them, he hands it over to Elric, a parchment of the code legal that is written for the group. I have placed it on our campaign page.
Cool.
And it goes over all of the rules: crimes against lords and officials and nobles, crimes against gods, crimes against the city, crimes against citizens, and what those crimes are punishable by. Everything from flogging, exile, up into death. There's fine, damages. So I'll give you that to read on your own time, or reference. But yeah, he just kind of nods and kind of goes about his business. He goes, well, we'll clean. Looks like we're cleaning up your mess here tonight. And then Raynar just says, he kind of like, I don't even necessarily know where he's at, but he gives you like a location where he resides. And he was like, when you are done, please find Floon for me. But when you are ready, come see me. And I will make sure I will do what I can, as I clearly have nothing on me now. But hopefully I can return the favor in due time.
Of course, will do. Well, thank you, officer. Thank you, sir. So we'll get out of your way. We'll just head around that way.
Can I get a perception check from everyone?
Is that guy that grabbed me by the ears here?
Damn, Burfoot.
Keep you looking, dude.
Give me a perception.
5.
Okay.
23 for perception.
Nice.
What a bird. 16?
Yeah.
So as Bird's looking around, looking. As she kind of like walks forward, the guards are inside the place, kind of rummaging around. Some of the guys are kind of talking. She does see the guy. At that moment, Eldricon sees that. Remember when Ravi tackled the one that was running away? About 10 feet away, like on that tackle, there is a manhole cover that you kind of like go looking, and it's halfway off. It's like cracked. It's kind of like slid over, like the Ninja Turtle style bit. So,
are there any? If I walk over to it, can I beckon Ravi to see if there's any symbols around the manhole cover?
Do I see anything? Any eyes or anything that I would assume would be some sort of?
I'll help him check if that's the case.
There's no markings on the actual manhole cover, but it feels like maybe that's where the creature was going.
Probably
trying to get to.
Is there anything inside the descent?
So yes, you were all descending down and going down there to.
I would.
When we go down?
Yeah, I'd try it.
I'm
Is
gonna
Eldricon-
look over at Demetria.
My character would not fucking try it, but I'm doing it.
The guards like within eye shot? Are they gonna be like giving us weird looks for jumping?
Yeah,
down the animal?
they're watching like Eldricon like look around in the sewers.
Oh no!
No. We gotta get out of the side of the guards first.
Staggett doesn't do anything. He just kind of looks over his shoulder and he goes. He looks at Eldricon and Robbie looking around the sewers, and then he looks back at Elric and he says, "Like I said, keep it off the streets."
Right.
And then he like almost like he's just turning a blind eye. And you have a feeling like that you're the least of his worries, you guys little infractions, and so far and bringing back a noble's a big deal that are probably like that Shifreven is all he can say his people were here when they found him. So he's like walking away, you know. And he doesn't seem as much like a dick like the last guy you met. He seems like he is pretty lawful, but he's still rough around the edges because he's like, you know, he's like law enforcement. But yeah, back inside, Burfoot does see that dude kind of rummaging around.
He's definitely like straight up doing the like fingers, like watching.
The what?
He's like doing the fingers, like I'm watching you grow.
No, she's doing it with her ears. She's doing it with her ears.
And he looks over and he's like, "It's the one."
Oh,
It's like talking to one of his guys.
Oh no, don't do
He's
it.
raging. Flowers are
Don't
blooming.
egg her on.
everything.
And he goes
Oh,
like,
man.
just like,
no!
it's like, get out of here.
Malcolm, we doing too much.
Grom is straight up like. I feel like Grom is trying to stop me at this point. He can feel my heat, so he's like growling at him and standing in between me and him as we walk because we're friends. Like he's not.
Yeah.
So he's like, all right, it's okay. Like he's my ESA right now. He's my service animal. He's like walking in between us. Like I'm raging. Like he probably like looks hot on one side, like literally just hot. Like because that's one of her things is you can feel her heat when she's raging.
Yeah. Suddenly, Staggett is walking through the place and he sees Burfoot and is everything okay? Your friends are outside waiting for you. And he can tell she's like upset. What bothers you?
She's like trying. She can't even like speak. She's like just raging, like really bad. It's really bad. Like he feels the heat. She's like, it's that one.
What did he do?
He picked me up by my ears.
I'm sorry. I've grabbed many men by the worse. We pick people by all kind of means. What were you doing?
I was walking. That's it. Walking on the street. I was not even in the little perimeter he had set up. And he's not doing a very good job either.
Can
I don't
get a
like that.
persuasion check?
Yeah. How did Bird just turn into Karen? I don't understand. I feel like I'm pulling a Karen right now. Oh, that's so horrible. 4.
He just goes, nah. I apologize for his indiscretion. We will talk to him. But you should move on. Get out of this. Get away from all this death, and celebrate your win tonight.
She'll actually reach out her little fuzzy hand and try to shake his hand.
He kind of grasps it. He gives a little smile. He goes, I can see the fire in your belly. I can feel it too.
It's getting warm now.
Yeah.
Now it's like lukewarm. He's like calming me down from like boiling hot to lukewarm.
Channel it. You've got this. Use it on the real bad guys. We're not perfect, but yeah. Don't worry. If he ever gets out of line, he always knows they all know I can kick all their asses. But
Well,
if you
that
all need
makes
anything,
two
come
of
see
them.
me.
Oh,
Good.
I'll turn, and Grom's tail at this point is kind of like swishing like a cat. Like he's like, all right, she's calmed the fuck down. Like she's okay now. Like he's a visual and she's a physical. You can feel their emotions through the two of them. So I'll back out and kind of give him like a head nod and back out and join the party.
Carry on. And then you all are outside. The group that's outside, the guards, they start to go in, kind of are cleaning up, setting up another perimeter. You know, they, like you said, they show up at the end of the night, show up after everything's already happened. And you're standing out there kind of in that very quiet alley with this sewer, you know, grate. This is where, you know, the party decides like, how do they carry on? You know, do they think that going after Floon is? I mean, that's definitely what they're still looking for. Raynar has definitely opened up some more interesting things for what's happening and going on in the city around him. But yeah, turn it over to you all.
If people start going down the sewer, Elric's just going to kind of shout down and be like, "Wait! I need another 40 minutes of rest."
Rest down here. Rest down here.
Ah, it hurts. Okay.
I'll catch you. Come on, jump down.
I'll climb.
Nice.
Can I look for any symbols or?
Mm-hmm. So once you give me 1 second here, because I'll describe what you see when you get down there. So you climb down into this. One second. Loading. So the space opens up. You can hear the water, you know, kind of trickling. Of course, it's not a nice smell. But you do see, as you maybe walk 20 feet or so, you find that on one of the walls there is a little chalk arrow, almost like a yellow chalk, and it's pointing down a particular path. And next to it is a little circle with lines, like when you used to draw hair on a little face. And instead of there being a happy or a face inside of that circle, there's just one little dot. So it's a circle, a dot, and then little hairs. And then it's a line that says, like, that way, like off to the left.
Ravi, do you know, is this symbol familiar to you?
Familiar, no, but it definitely looks like something that would be cuter in a plush form.
Mm-hmm.
Demetria nods emphatically.
They're not being too subtle, are they?
Can I roll like insight on this though? Because it does seem maybe like a little too obvious.
Yes.
17.
Okay. Either it is what it is, or the Xanthar. Could it be so? Xanthar thugs, if they leave this symbol to throw people off, then where is it supposed to go back to? You start to what one option could be is that so that they don't forget their way back when they go anywhere in the city, that they leave these like breadcrumbs, and then on their way back, the chalk looks like it could easily be wiped off. Since they haven't returned, there's a good possibility that this is why they're still here.
Cool. Very well then. Are we ready to go to this place?
I'm not.
You can now make your.
I'm-
So if you'd like to settle down here, you could make either. You can have a short rest. You can try to go for a long rest in the sewers if you like for 8 hours.
No,
But you-
Short rest.
I just need a short rest.
yeah.
Oof.
If
I
we're
can take a
taking
long rest of the sewers.
if we're taking a short rest, I can use my background feature. It interacts with the DM, and it's always up to your discretion. But it's
Okay.
It's the gambler feature.
Okay.
So
How does that work?
I'll just read it off. Odds and probability are your bread and butter. During downtime activities that involve games of chance or figuring odds on the best plan, you can get a solid sense of which choice is likely the best one and which opportunities seem too good to be true at your determination.
Okay.
So I
Go
suppose
for hashing out a
contemplating-
plan.
Yeah, I suppose he'd be contemplating like following this symbol as the first option or disregarding it and
Yeah.
specifically not choosing it as the other option.
And there is, I will tell you this, like there's only two paths. There's like one to the left, one to the right, and then there's one with it's got the symbol, and then there's the other that doesn't. So yeah, so maybe as you hash out your plan, I can. So and it's not just done between you and the DM. There's no roll or anything on it. It's just he's able to use that ability to try to get more information.
Feels better, yeah, but of course it's at your discretion how much.
Okay, I'll use it in this way. In the role playing, I'll take what I hear and what you guys are planning and give you some nods if I feel it's appropriate. How about that?
Awesome. So Ravi, what do you think? Follow the symbol, disregard the symbol.
I think following the symbol is our best bet.
Yeah. What are we planning to do here? Are we still continuing for this Floon character? I mean, that Stone of Galore is pretty appealing.
I wouldn't want to be Floon right now if he's A, not the guy they think he is, and B, in Xanathar's possession. No one deserves that. At the very least, I think we ought to get him out of there. If you're only in it for the gold, just imagine the payday bringing him back to his friend
Follow.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You think that symbol basically leads to Floon?
I think it basically leads to an uglier version of that plushie we saw in the shop window, but I mean, I trust Ravi's sensibilities.
Sounds good.
So, anything else? Any remarks from Tempe or Elric here or Malmakina about where they're at, or any input from you all? Otherwise, just
Well, this is Demetria. Maybe after having this conversation, she's like polishing her shield. She turns to Malmakina like, "Is that the thing you got off of the gnome who wasn't a beholder? Does that actually do anything?"
Just kind of shrug because I did send a DM to Malcolm asking if it did anything, and so far nothing.
it so far has not done anything. I'm sorry, I haven't been able to get in the chats, but yeah, so far nothing. It hasn't done anything.
Yeah, while we're taking the short rest, can I just kind of play around with my little gemstone, just kind of vibe with it,
With the what?
with my little gemstone
Yeah.
that I bought.
Kind of like.
Yeah, Demetria's tunic is already torn to shit at the bottom, but Demetria's gonna tear off a bit to replace her little scarf.
But why the bottom? That was just in sewage.
Was it just in sewage, or? I mean, tearing from the neck, kind of the chainmail chafing on the clavicle, not good.
It's almost been an hour, almost.
Oh.
When you start to hear something like you hear something in the shadows in the darkness, way beyond even your dark vision. You hear like something moving towards you, skittering. Sounds like a lot of little things crawling.
Can I roll to see if I know what it is?
Yes.
What am I rolling? Survival?
You would be rolling. Give me. Yeah, I was going to say either insight or so give me survival.
Okay. 16.
Okay. And so at that moment, as you kind of all start to get really tense, like kind of out of one of the pipes starts just pouring a bunch of rats, and they just skitter around, but they don't attack. They just like run through everybody's feet and continue on down the hall, and they're gone.
Does it seem like they were running from something?
Yeah.
Yes. It could have been, but you don't know.
And they went the opposite way.
They went the opposite way. They went away from the little lines that are going.
So if we we follow the symbol, we're going towards where they were.
Towards where they're running away from.
Great.
Love
that.
Brom would have totally tried to snack on one of those.
Okay, then Brom caught him one. It's like snatched up. Like
Brom draws aggro, and now the storms are on us.
He's like snack.
They continue running. They don't want any bit of it.
I'm going to say my vote would be to follow the rats, but if you lot are really looking for some trouble, I'll follow you if the payday is worth it.
No guarantees.
In our thoughts, now we have this Rainer guy who's like, cruise by my pad and I'll give you money. I'm like, maybe we should just go there. Like, she's really having a hard time, like, wanting to go forward for 10 gold.
Robbie's gonna start moving towards where the rats came from and be like, your actions are your own. Or your choices are your own. Whatever Eldricon said to us when we left the first night.
Demetria follows Robbie. Demetria gives Eldricon a little.
Tables have turned.
That goes right with him.
So I just want to know: do they? The hour does go up, so now you do use your short rest. You know, your dice and stuff. Do they continue on?
Wherever the majority goes, I will follow.
Okay.
Man, I do feel bad not returning this guy to Volo, but it definitely doesn't seem like a great payoff to go through that.
I mean,
not gonna
not
go.
wrong.
Demetria still has his stuff.
Huh?
Where does Machina go? Because Demetria still has his stuff. She still has his coin and his drink token.
Machina just kind of follows the group,
Alright.
larger / Demetria, because she does have his stuff.
I think I'm voting for finish what we started, so I'll start walking in that direction.
Nice. So first, Elric gets up and starts to march off into the darkness.
To Elric, whatever your motivations are, so long as this guy gets out of there alive, that's a good deed. That's a good deed.
Eldricon looks at Burfoot and says, in Draconic, I think they're all crazy, but you want to see where this leads?
They were arguing with you about the money amount, and now we're going to where rats ran away from for 10 gold. This is crazy.
It's either that or we go take a smaller sum from Reiner and idle ourselves around in Waterdeep.
Well, one thing I'm not is a coward, so I guess we better see this through with another very big sigh, and she'll begrudgingly follow.
Follow Burfoot and try to toss Grom like a little bit of beef jerky.
Oh, he'll take it. He's the carnivore.
Snatch.
I think who's ever hesitating, I'll just turn back and say, my mother once told me, don't underestimate the value of people. And then I'll just turn back and keep walking.
Malcolm, did you just lift off the whole level
Holy shit.
to reveal the sewers?
Yeah, I
Now
did.
go back to the wide shot.
Yeah, go
No,
back to
I
the
can't do the
shot.
white shot anymore.
Ooh, oh shit, I didn't miss that.
Out of
Nah,
character.
he lifted the whole thing.
Yeah.
off.
Holy
yeah.
shit.
Out of character. That was fucking awesome, Elric. That was sweet.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice,
that was
thanks.
really awesome.
Dude, I can't believe you're continuing this, Malcolm. This is like I was
This is
like
insane. Yeah.
No, I'm
Alright.
about to end it. I just wanted you to
Okay.
see where you're going to go.
All right, guys, another 3 hours.
So as they continue off into that darkness, just want them to get a glimpse of the sewers that they are about to crawl through. And as we watch them, we kind of slowly pull away. Do they use any kind of light source here down in the dark? I know you have dark vision, but dark vision doesn't help you when things
Dancing
are hiding
lights.
and so dancing lights.
Well,
Those little
we gotta
orbs.
have torches, right? Because some of us don't have dark vision.
Yeah, his dancing lights could help. You could also have. You could also, if you're a fighter, you could light your torch for sure.
Yeah.
And begin to roll through those dark caverns. And so as your shadows kind of dance, we use that as a moment to transition to a room. This is like not really for your eyes as characters, but as first players. Somewhere far off, either could be close, could be far, in a room that still smells like the sewers, that still reeks and still has the architecture of it. We see a shadow punching down on another figure, and it says, "Talk! Tell me where it is!" Boom! Hits again. And that figure, that humanoid figure hitting that like, "Oh, please stop!" You hear that kind of like whining, defeated voice. In the background or moving across is another shadow, just very elegantly, almost like Nosferatu. Its long, elongated fingers moving along the walls, but its face moving like fingers as well, as we fade to black and end tonight's session. So, good game.
he's throwing a fucking mind flare at us.
Session 2. What the fuck?
Like, oh, they're not
Yeah.
going to take a long rest? Cool. Let's make them regret
Oh,
that.
No, that's not
Wow.
He's got a mind flare? Damn.
I do love that Malcolm successfully was like, so it hasn't been a short rest time yet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And shit starts to happen. Like all of us were like, no.
I know. Yeah, I was scared.
I know Malcolm's done that to us before. Whenever we've chosen a bad time to take a rest, Malcolm's done that to us.
Yep.
Dude,
No.
what a flex busting out those sewers, though.
No, yeah. So
Yeah.
you guys would be.
Like, oh yeah, while they're
I thought we'd move a
character
lot faster
talking.
today, but yeah, that's where we got. So yeah, we'll pick up. Sewers will be ready for you. when,
We never as a group move as fast as we should. We
No.
like role playing so much.
You guys
It's my
are role
favorite.
players.
I love
Hey, I love it. I like that aspect of it. So it's actually really good. It makes all this that much better when you actually
Same.
get there. So yeah.
Dude, Elric is fragile. That's what I'm learning.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Damn, you probably rolled
Fuck.
so crappy when you said
Yeah.
your HP. I was like, that's the worst.
Yeah.
That's what happened with me with one of my druids before. It was like no HP.
Because how many
And
levels?
he jumps
what,
in
there's a
there. He's
couple
a fighter.
levels
He
of
just jumps
bard, right?
in. 1 level bard, 2 levels fighter.
Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do
Yeah.
it.
Yep.
I know-
Bard,
it's
not
too
even
bad.
once.
Yeah.
Isn't that 1 level monk, 2 levels wizard?
Ooh. You're
Ooh.
monk level.
My hit points, shit.
I'll go ahead and stop recording.